There I am. All right, there we go. Good morning. Good morning. Sorry, a little bit late this morning. Uh, There you are. Bring rail enthusiasts. Afternoon to you. How are you today? Yeah, can you hear me okay? I running a little bit late. I'm gonna have to move this show. I think this 8:30 is gonna get a little weird for me. Tough. Maybe move it to 9. I don't know how that would work for you guys, but it might be something to discuss. Anything fun for you going on today? I'm just going to continue with my bridge weathering. That I've been working on this one. I'm going to do both of them, but kind of getting there with that. Getting it to look a little used and abused. I don't want to go too much, but enough. It's like once you get started, you got to kind of keep going with it because otherwise, it just won't look right. So, hey, Chesco, how's it going? I just got going a little bit late this morning as usual. There we go. They fit in there. They're just a little snug. There we go. Hey, Gary. What's going on, buddy? Yeah, I got my coffee here. Chris, what's up? Tennessee reunion. How is everyone? So, Gary, I think what I'm going to do, man, is with those awesome display cases you gave me, I'm going to, I think, put them up above the second level there. Like the ceiling down, it's enough to fit them. I put one kind of this way, and then I'll split that water pipe there, one that way, and they're 6 feet each. So that's what I'm gonna do with them, man. Hey, Daryl. So it's gonna kind of screw me up on the backdrop there, but I think I'm gonna sacrifice the backdrop there because I really have no wall space. I have a lot of nice paintings that the Tennessee River Union Railroad did for me, Chris. Um, so I might be in that area too. Um, Maybe just get a little bit of a short backdrop, a few inches, just something to be behind the trains in front of those cabinets. Hey, Rail Artist, how are you, man? You are sitting there, sipping his coffee, watching various train stuff, and working on his book. Enjoying life to the max. All right. Are you reading a book or are you writing a book, Rail Artist? That's it. Reading a book, that's interesting too, depending on the book. But if you're writing one, that's even more interesting. I know Chris has got like a little mini short story kind of book. He's working illustrations and stuff. He's a really good artist. So, um, that's interesting. You're writing a book. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So, whew, gotta wake up. Gotta wake up. Yeah, I was showing from your rail enthusiast It ain't short. Well, all right. Working on a book. Hey, Kurt Doyle, how are you? Yeah, I guess it will be evening for you guys. Ah, there's the other troublemaker. All right. How's it going? How you feeling today, man? Hopefully you're feeling well. Well, good morning to you. Appreciate that. That's from work. All right. All right, cool. It always amazes me, the guys that pop in while they're at work and stuff, and just very humbling. I know I use that word a lot, but it is humbling. To me, anyways, I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, you had a rough way to go the other day. Did you ever get hold of your doctor after the fiasco? Well, that's pretty neat. Um, now, did you? I mean, obviously you do. You're an artist, but what did you do for a trade, real artist? Were you a teacher, a art teacher, or just was it just a hobby of yours, art? I find it pretty interesting either way. I've never been the best drawer or painter or any of that, so I always find it fascinating when people have such a talent. Like the other night on, if I can find this channel, let's see here on your show, Artie. AJ's Weathering with AJ, I think it's called. He There's a younger kid, 16, 17 years old, and Artie had him on, and Daryl brought him up, and then Artie had him come up and chat with us and everything. And kid's amazing. The work he was showing off, just amazing. Oh, there he is. I'm going to attempt to put his link in the channel here in the chat. So bear with me. You guys let me know if it works. Yeah, that's the guy. So I think this is his link. See if that works. If anybody wants to click it real quick. Hey, Jamanicki, how are you? Hey, me old mate Daryl from sunny Southern, yeah, sunny Southern California. All right, 2 hours ambulance to pain medication. Pain went away by morning. Went to see the doctor. Scans, bloods, and other testing. All right. That's right. That's right. I knew that. Damn it. I'm a nurse as well, as you know. And I give you a lot of credit for doing that for 30 years because I'm hoping not to do it for 30 years. Um, just based on my age already, I've been doing it for 8 years. If I could get maybe a 20 out of it, then I did okay. So that's the plan. So I had to go. That's why I was running. I had to do some blood work this morning. Just yearly, normal stuff. Nothing I'm worried about or anything like that. But uh, that's all right. Again, like I say, I just find it so cool. The guys will pop in and while they're working, and just to see what I have to say, which is not all that much usually, but yeah, from the land of Oz. But I do appreciate it. I know it's you taking time out of your day just to say, hey, it makes me feel nice. I appreciate that. Any of you, all you guys. I mean, whether you stay 5 minutes or 5 hours, because I've never done 5 hours. Hey, I'm not derailed Daryl, man. I have a limit to what I can do here. Just teasing Daryl. for those of you that don't realize, I believe it was last Saturday, he went on live and ended up being, was it 8 hours, Daryl? Just because, it kept going. Guys would pop in and pop out, and, you know, so that's why I say I'm not derailed, Daryl. I don't have that kind of live stamina. I might have to take up the challenge, Daryl. I might have to. I think Daryl and I are going to work on something, maybe to go on live together one of these, I don't know, afternoons or mornings or something, maybe on the weekend or whatever, um, just to shoot the breeze and have some fun with everybody. Just have a big old chat. Yeah, what ended up being the verdict there, Artie? On the Daryl was asking what happened, and I know you went in. You had kidney pain. You were saying uh, something with the kidney. It was a heap of pain. Couldn't walk. Did they ever figure it out? Is it an infection or is it a stone or both? Be careful with that stuff, man. That stuff goes septic quick. Kidney stones and stuff. Real artists would contest to that, I'm sure. Or attest to that. Yeah, it could go bad fast. Like even when we shut down with all the pandemic stuff, um, kidney stones, urology, that kind of stuff was considered emergent. And we didn't cancel that stuff. 8 hours all over the world, my man. Hey, Stu, while you're here, that's okay. You can't stay. Let me get maybe some, well, from all you guys, I wouldn't mind an opinion. The weather in this bridge, I don't know how much you'll be able to really see. Trying to weather it up, get some rust going on it. I don't know if I'm doing okay there, or I mean, probably the 3 foot roll won't be bad. I've been trying to get down in the nooks and crannies, and still got a long way to go. But again, every time I think I'm done with an area, there's more. Oh, thanks, Stu. I know you're just real good with building structures and weathering and stuff, and appreciate your opinion on that. But so I still got a whole nother bridge. I'm not doing a whole lot on the backside. I hit a little bit maybe. I did just a wash on it, But I got to get like the underneath enough because if I'm ever gonna do like some shots from the river up, I don't want to have where it's not weathered. I think it was a stone that passed something out lunch. Okay. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Maybe that or some chronic stones. Yeah, yeah. It's bad news. That stuff. It can be bad news. He said, as you know, still. Um, so anyway, yeah, I kind of got. Let me step back over the scene here. It's kind of coming together. As I said, I've been working on this bridge mostly. I have to finish this one too. Um, just in my spare time, I've been trying to do a little bit here and there. Still want to throw some ripples down in here. It's crazy how this gets dusty so fast. Got to put my fascia up. I took down that temporary fascia. Still got to get fascia to put. Um, and put up what's going to go up there. I'm going to cut that out to fit the bench work here. I keep it pretty flat down here at the edge. Dude, man, listen. There's so many little nooks and crannies, and it's like now that I started doing it, you got to almost hit every little block. You got to put something in there, whether it just be a wash or something. It can't leave it plain. You know what I mean? It's not gonna look right. It's gonna look like it's off. Hey, Scully Kill, John, how are you? Thanks for popping in here, man. Uh, so yeah, had anybody I missed? Oh, come on, do the whole bridge. Oh, you mean because of the backside? You know, I've thought about it, trust me, because yeah, I hear you. Because there may be a time where I might have a camera or something back facing this way, catching the train from that direction. So, you know, I might just do a little something back there just so it's not clean, you know. I mean, I am doing it. I might as well just do it. Like the insides, and this is what the, I mean, this is crazy. I think, Stu, you were saying you have to build these steel bridges. It's all this stuff here. You know, it goes all through, you know, and then you have these cross braces at the top, and you got to get to underneath of them because if you ever do like say a ride through cam or something, you're going to possibly see some of that. And at least for me, I want it to look, you know, if you're going to weather it, you want it to look like it's been in the weather. I scratched build my overhead crane. It took forever, and I still need to go back and add rivets. Yeah. Well, these are Walder's kits, so I'm not scratch building them, which I can commend you guys to do that stuff. And I would like to give it a shot, but I'm going to start out with something small, you know, little house or something like that. Um, I did do a barn on my old layout. Came out okay. Good to see you all. My Athearn crane kept bashing me as I was cutting it. Hey, Wilmer. Good morning. So yeah, it's all good. Oh, you're prone to stones, man. Oh, that's rough. I got a buddy. Um, he he gets them all the time, man. And they literally bring him to his knees in pain. It's crazy. But where we guys off to work? Okay, I have to get work done. I say I thought you were retired. All right. Well, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate all that. It's always nice to see you in here, Stu. Stu Structures. Already converting the steam crane to a diesel. We'll see if X has and Conroe had. All right. Artist says he'll be right back. Mark. Stu Structure is Mark. Okay. That's right. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. It's a lot, you know. The weathering, it's not necessarily hard. It's just a lot to do. So I do a little bit every night. Like last night after work, I came down here for half an hour before dinner was ready and stuff. And that's funny, man. I think we've all gone through that stage. Woke up in my younger days. I woke up next to a couple of those. Wondered what the hell. Yeah. Yep. Keep those kidneys flushed. It'll help. I know the one guy I was talking about. He tends to get them more when if he drinks alcohol. For some reason, that is a trigger for him. Forget the donuts. Damn. Every time you guys bring up donuts, I wish I had some donuts here. Not that my fat ass needs more donuts, but. Well, I think we just all assumed already. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Some of them are the best women. Ain't nothing wrong with that. come on, Daryl. No way. That's funny stuff. My wife's up there. She's working. She's being really loud. I was just texting her to be quiet. Keep it down. She goes, I'm working here. You be quiet. Uh, I'm international YouTube sensation. I tease her all the time about that. She rolls her eyes. She thinks I'm ridiculous. Paris, Syracuse Rail Fan Productions. Good morning. How are you? What do you guys all got going on? You guys ain't working. Anybody working on anything? Put a link in there for anybody who wants to pop up for a little bit. More than welcome. Just not, yeah. Hey, Kurt, remember that ugly ones at school? They turned out to be wrong. You know, I've said that a lot of times. Sometimes people just got to kind of grow into their skin a little bit. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of the girls, maybe not a lot, but there's been several girls I've run into over the years that I went to school with, and I'm like, oh wow, they don't even look like the girl I knew then, you know, and then vice versa. You know, some of them have done fine; they've aged well too, you know. But hey, Mike, how are you? So you know, some people say I've gotten better looking with age. I don't know. Some people need glasses. So you're gonna be productive. Yeah, you are, man. Who invited you? No, I'm just. Me and Chris are good friends. Good friends. In fact, he's sending me a locomotive to put a decoder and some ditch lights and keep alive in. If everything goes well, everything's been shipped. Chris shipped me the locomotive. I got the Iron Planet with the decoder and keep alive. And then Yankee Dabbler, he got the ditch lights through. So if everything goes, I should have everything Saturday. We'll see. So then he'll probably hound me and try to get me to hurry up and get it done. What is that, Chris? GP 60? 50? I forget what the locomotive is. Oh, it's a Canadian National. Well, it's patched to his Tennessee River Union Railroad patch. Yeah, engines tomorrow. I think Saturday I'm supposed to get one of the other two packages, and I think one of the other ones maybe Friday too. I don't know. GP40 WC. All right. Jesus, Daryl, 8 hours the other day. That was full day shift. Yeah. Yeah, it was and the sad thing for me was I was busy all day, and I briefly was able to pop in for, what do you think, Daryl? Maybe 15, 20 minutes. And even at that, it was when I was at lunch with my wife, and, you know, she wasn't too happy about that. But while we were waiting on our food to get to the table, I kind of had you on there. I wasn't able to hear a whole lot of what was going on, but I just wanted to try to pop up and give you a little bit of watch time anyways. But yeah, but I think it was just one of those days where everybody was home and free and jumping out. What is he talking about here, Artie? Chatterbox. All right. Listen, you could just go to bed. You don't have to like stay up and listen to me chatter. It's all right, buddy, old pal. 8 hour days. That's all. That's cute. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, Daryl. It just kind of happened with you had the right mix of people, and you had the right mix of people coming up at the right times to kind of keep the conversation rolling. And hey, like I said, I haven't done 8 hours, but I mean, I've done 4 hours a few times, and that's just how it goes. Just if it ain't happening, it ain't happening. But if it is, then you kind of keep rolling. Like this morning, for some reason, I'm kind of feeling like a little slow here. Things ain't rolling too great so far, but that's all right. Must be a neighborhood girl. I don't know. Damn, now I'm on pizza. Son of a gun. Damn, stop talking about food. Yeah. Yes, I mean, it was unfortunately, and like I said, the sad thing about it was um, it was 8 hours, and I couldn't even really dedicate much time to it. We were busy. We were trying to enjoy the last couple of days of our vacation, so we were just doing that, having fun. I don't even know what those words are already. Yeah, it's just in there temporarily, Mike. Um, I'm still working on weathering them, so like the tracks aren't on them or nothing yet. So um, to finish weathering these up, then I will. I gotta do some ripples around these rocks. I gotta do too much, just a little bit. I gotta force myself not to get stupid with it. And that's the thing with this backdrop too, guys. You can look at the river in the backdrop. You really can't see it from this way, but you look at it. Sometimes it looks like it's going away from you. Sometimes it looks like it's coming towards me. So I think I just kind of got to make a decision. Do I want it to have ripples going that way or this way? I was thinking originally of this flowing this way off the way out, because it does kind of widen here. So kind of like it went from rapids down to more calm. So, no, thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. Yeah, and that's what it comes down to, Daryl. As I just family got to come first. I tell you what, if you let it interrupt too much, it's a hobby for a reason. If you let it get too much in the way, then you're gonna start having issues. Say it should come to you. Yeah. Well, that's originally talking about the river. It's originally what I was thinking, anyhow. But like I said, sometimes I'll take a look at it and it looks like I could go either way with it. But being it kind of widens, I'm thinking that the rapids would slow down as it has more room to spread. It looks like it kind of goes back and around a bend this way. So on the backdrop, that is. So Mike, these are from Trackside Scenery, Joey Ricard. Um, he does a nice job. Let me see if I can find that. Put a link up there. I think I did the other day, but there we go. Get a little better at this stuff, guys. Maybe. Yeah, so these are like a heavy photo paper. So, you don't want to get them wet or anything like that. But these were stick that I got. You can order not self stick. I don't think he does the vinyl. Who's the other one that Train Freak used? I Can't think of the name of it now. Hey, Jeff the Railroad Enthusiast. How are you? Shoot, that was the name of the company he used. Something Freak. Not Train Freak. I'd have to look it up. I can't think of the name he used for his backdrops. But that guy does vinyl. That Train Freak used. Jason. I mean, you're paying for it, but you can do vinyl too. So you brought up a good question to me last night, actually. What's my next move when I'm done with the river scene? And I'm not 100% sure. My backdrops are in along this whole wall, all the way down to the corner there. And then behind me, this way, over to the opening to the furnace room. So I could go either way, since I already have the backdrops in there. Jeff, it's not completely finished. I still have some weathering to do on it, but I'm working on the weathering. It's coming along slowly, but thank you. This one over here is 75% done, probably 65, 75% done. This one here is maybe a third of the way at the most, so I still got a lot to do on that one. Yeah, Joey. Yeah, and and check out his channel for those of you guys. I put the link in there because he has some great videos on scenery and stuff too. It's not just backdrops. He's a modeler. He does really good work. I think he does, anyways. So yeah, check that out. In fact, the one video I did on how to do my vines and stuff and my brush was a video I followed from him by watching him. Good morning, Bernard. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's coming along. I mean, obviously, I'm sure just there'll be more additions as time goes on, Right now, my goal is I want to get some ripples around the rocks and stuff. I want to keep it pretty calm and mirror. I want that mirror look when the trains go over the bridge. I want to see the trains in the water. So I don't want to get too much ripples. So it may or may not be as realistic because I'm not really doing a lot of rapids in it. But I don't want to lose that mirrored look. And so I want to get it to a point where I'm going to try to a point where the bridges are back in, functioning, done. And any other scenery I do will be more or less in the foreground if I do much of anything else, So that's my plan there. And man, that's a lot of rain. Holy mackerel. There's too much rain. Too much at one time. But I was showing you the room over there. The furnace room is where I'm going to move my workbench, which is right here next to me. Let's see, workbench. It's just a folding table right now. Which will open up this area where I'm sitting for traffic. To have more of I don't want to say a lounge, crew lounge, because there's not room for that. But if I do have people over, it's a little more comfortable that way. So. Nothing really new. Like I said, I've been working on the bridges and then trying to get them in. I showed you the locomotive I've been working on. I kind of put that on the back burner to get this done. I just want to run. I want to get trains running, guys. I mean, I could run them in the yards and stuff, but I just want to get them so I can run around. And then when I'm working on stuff down here, I love doing that. I love hearing the trains run. I'm sitting here at the workbench, just listening to them go around. I just love that. And I haven't been able to do that. And I was thinking about it last night, looking back. I think I started this river scene I started it in February, I think, was the first video on it. The bridges didn't come out that early, but they came out, I don't know, probably by end of March, early April at the latest. So I really haven't been able to run trains all the way around the layout because the bridge is out. So I'm getting tired of that. I want to get this done. Hey, Rick, Old Bailey Model Railroad. Good morning. Like I said, next step will be thinking about going to the right down this way. I'm not sure. It's gonna be mostly just scenery going into the elevators. You can't see elevators, but then again, if I go this way, let's see, right there behind the drill, there's a spur track. I'm going to put these in. Dusty, everything's so dusty. Yeah, I'm gonna put my candy factory in there. Plastic pellet transfer. So I gotta build those. I'm gonna use 3 of them at that facility. But it's pretty cool. I'll show you if I can share the screen. If I could do this without messing things up. Let's see. If I can get the right image. What's up, man?
Hey, buddy, how are you? It's getting hard to talk. It's getting hard to talk with one hand. Now, if you want to get that, have that water, there's plenty of ships out here that can pick the water up for you and take it back to California for you. We can have some more of it.
Get that to work. All right. Let me show you. So this is the plan for that chocolate factory. I didn't get the best picture of it, but you see the silos there? It says cocoa, milk, and sugar. That's what I'm planning on doing.
No, I just said the biscuit.
These plastic pellet silos. What's that?
I just say the biscuits and the candy up there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
You don't see the little thing says Mailey's down there at the bottom. So that's their colors.
The cacao milk. Oh yeah. Oh, that'd be cool. Is that pink?
Something different. Yeah, it's like a pink color. Pink and like a
very light
green.
pink.
It's almost got that 1950s look. Yeah.
Oh, no, that would be cool.
Like a pink Cadillac, man. Like a pink Cadillac.
Yeah.
Then it has that greenish, turquoisey green almost.
And you know what will go good with that? It'd be nice to get some. Well, yeah, you can do that too, but do like some freight cars, like tank cars and whatnot, to go in there supplying the chocolate factory.
Yeah, bring tank cars in there. Yeah, no, I figured some tank cars for like syrup and stuff like that, or whatever they use. I don't know. Maybe even a couple of covered hoppers for flour and sugar. And,
yeah.
You know, they don't. It's not rail served here in real life, but it's just pretty neat. I don't know. I like it. I watched them build the silos. It's only, I don't know, 10 years ago or something. They put those silos up. It's right next to the highway.
Okay.
So just something different.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Why not?
So I'm debating if I'm going to go, that direction or not.
Go whichever way tickles your fancy the most.
Yeah. So it'd be cool. It'd be something that, it could really come out pretty neat, and goes. Why do I feel like my screen is so small?
Hey, Chesco, how you doing,
But
buddy? Oh no,
yeah,
no,
coffee
no, no, no,
roaster
no.
is, yeah.
Oh no, 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 no. No, you don't want that. Yeah, no way, Chesco. You don't want that. That's uh let's say where one of my customers were up at Sydney, Raymond Terrace. Um there was a place up there where they roasted coffee, and that aroma of that roasting coffee in the air just wanted you to have coffee nonstop.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see a problem with that.
It's a little as bad as going to another customer up in Brisbane. That was the licorice factory when they were making fresh licorice, particularly the apple and raspberry ones, and it was in the air. And then, well, even the biscuit factory where I get the Tim Tams and that from. Just the odor and the smell, just unbelievable. Said some goodies over the Tina's tart shop. Yeah, no, I'm not going up to the steam train ride this weekend. There's a lot of flooding up there at the moment. Going towards the mine, the line is underwater by 48 feet underwater. Jesus, that will be now. That is what you need to do. You got to make that. You got the building for it too, or just the silos.
I have a part of the Magic Pan Bakery building or something similar. I'm going to use for it. From Walters, because that's like their factory in there, and they're like a little store too. And then from that place there, they service a bunch of little shops all around town, and then it's just candy shops.
Do they have factory seconds in there? Well, you haven't been in there yet.
I don't know if they do factory seconds in there. I haven't necessarily been in this factory. I've been to like the little outbuildings and stuff. Since we go to a Tina's Tart shop. Yeah, sorry about that.
There used to be a factory at Kurt knows the name of it. I haven't seen the brand there in the US yet. It's called Cadbury's. They're a big chocolate makers here. You do?
Yeah.
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 Because that was an Australian company created that here in Australia. And
is it the same ones that make the Cadbury eggs at Easter time? That's the Cadbury I know.
Yes.
They make some Easter candy and stuff. It's really good.
Yeah, they got two factories down south. They had the big main one that was in Melbourne, and then they went off to that little island down the bottom of Australia in Tasmania. But when we used to go in there,
Bernard.
we used to go in there, and when we used to go into the load, you used to be able to get bags, like big bags of chocolates, like this and bigger, for about $3, $4, and they were factory rejects. They either had too much cocoa in it, or they weren't the right weight, or whatnot. Instead of having people pilfer the stock, the good stock, they said, well, if you want it, here you go. $3, $4, $5, you can take a bag.
Yeah. Yeah, they might do that here too. Funny thing is,
Jeff, you want to come over here? Our next cycle is the drought cycle. We've just gone through the flooding cycle now. Our next cycle is the drought.
Did you guys ever have any good times over there?
Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Wet to dry.
Yeah.
So it's Christmas.
Yeah, it's in between. It's in between the wet and dry period.
But I do like that idea. I'm definitely going to have a coffee shop or something like in the main one of the towns and stuff. Yeah, well, hopefully it is, because you guys have been through a lot of lot of nonsense between your fires and your floods and that over the last, what was it, fires last summer, summer before? You know, the fires, forest fires.
2019, yeah.
Yeah, and all these floods and stuff. Back.
But we always get have fires here. I'm sorry to say we need it. We needed it.
The fires. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they controlled burns are a good thing.
Yes. And they didn't do it.
Because it
They
keeps you
didn't
from
do it, and that's
having
why
big
everything
forest
blew
fires.
out.
It's all that kindling that keeps things going much hotter.
Yeah, well, so we're going to have a lot of it now down the ground with all this rain that's fallen. Because all our... Because, see, we get... Right? We got... See, our gum trees, the eucalyptus oil, and they dry up and they're very explosive. And even the pods, the seed pods out of it, just explode everywhere. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much when they're on the ground as they're decaying. It doesn't take much to get that started, but it rejuvenates the bush. Oh, here's trouble. Here's Nissy.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Hey Nissy.
But I mean, it's not a new thing. I mean, we've had floods. I mean, up at Maitland, where I was supposed to go this weekend, there was photos over there from the early 50s, late 40s, something like that, when they had the big floods. And the steam engines were going through the tracks. I mean, you couldn't see the track. All you can just see is it was touching half the pistons. Half the pistons were actually under the water, and they're going on, hoping they were still on the track.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing we can do about it.
No, I mean, it's Mother Nature. What are you going to do?
It was our turn this year. You know? You can't do nothing. It was our turn this year. That's all I can say. It was our turn now. But they wanted to do all this development. Of course, that water's got to go somewhere. You know, the ground that used to soak all the water up is now all concrete. And of course, that's flowing into the dams and the river system. That's why everything's flooding so much. Yeah. Well, it gave me a bit of time to work out here. On Saturday and Sunday, on my Saturday stream that I had, I got an old trash can that's outside. And that's half full of water from the amount of rain we got for over the weekend.
My trash can?
For one direction. Yeah, and it's under the cover. That's how much water was being blown in under the cover. How much more rain was falling outside? I mean, across the roads all waterlogged.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw what's his name? What was that guy from? Let me have a look at his name. He's down in South Australia. Fish Plate Films. Have you seen his videos?
Fish Plate?
Greg from Australia.
Greg, yeah.
Fish Plate. Yeah, he actually had a good...
Was he tearing his layout down again?
No, he's got that on hold.
He's not tearing it down
He's got that on hold, apparently, because he's put an update on yesterday. And he thrown us something interesting about the lighting, had the lighting up here. Lighting up the layout. How the lights come heading in the right in one direction.
Yeah.
And trying to have a thing of how I'm going to do my layout. He's really throwing a spanner in the works now, how I'm going to lock my layout as well.
Yeah, I got lights I got to put up here. I just bought the same kind of lights for my wife's craft room. There's like tube kind of lights, like let me see, I'm not kind of like this above me.
Yeah.
And I like those right there. So I'm gonna put those all
Well, I've only
throughout here.
I'm only using a one. I can't throw the link up. I'm not your moderator, but I might be able to. I might be able to throw it in the private chat.
I don't know how I can do that. Yeah, but that'll be cool. I'm looking at Bernard's comment there. Wants to do a Mellows Diner out of an old passenger car. That'll be neat. I've seen that on some other layouts. What they did out of a passenger car. I have that Miss Betty's Diner or whatever from Walder's. Most of my kits are Walder's or Rick's, like stuff, whatever. Actually, did not a bad job.
Yeah, I'm going to do a bit more with the. Yeah, I want to.
Totally could kit bash. You take a passenger card and you do a little something, little kit bash, like square structure off the back of it for like your kitchen area and all that kind of stuff to add room.
Yeah,
you could totally kit bash that. Put the passenger car up on some.
I'll just do something that's different.
Yeah, it'd be like a conversation.
I've already done some. Sure, already kit bash. Yeah, already. I put the link up to Greg's latest video in a private chat in StreamYard there for you. See, I done. Hang on, let me get him. It's amazing what you can do with a bit of practice.
10,000 subscriber update.
Yeah.
10,000 subscriber update.
He's actually doing his house next to the railway line, but what he was saying on the program, a lot of the developers or builders are charging an exorbitant amount of
I didn't know that either, Rick. I want to try one of the DPM kits. They look like they're nice little kits.
Me too.
Small town USA.
You see
that Bernard. That's cool. Sounds like it was going to be a good time. Yeah, this link down here is a link to Fish Plate Films.
Fish Plates, It's got an interesting subject on there on lighting. Which is
that lighting?
Which is worth listening to. Yeah. That's a kit bash car. Right? It's not finished yet. But it's actually it's meant to be a platform car. But what I've done is I've added the doors and put an extra windows and then siding on it. Right, we used to have some of them here. The original look, this one still needs a little bit of work to it, but this is how it was meant to look.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was
what era are those cars? Like when would they have been running?
Okay,
they look like they're like early 1900s.
They came out in roughly about 1930s. And they lasted up to about and there were a lot of them that lasted out to about 76, 77. So they fall into my era. And then I did my first kit bash was the sheep car. Okay. Now that's 2 kits in one. There's
Stand
2
by.
kits in one on this.
Okay. What kind of car is that? Like a
Because
cattle car or something? Livestock?
yeah, that's what they use. It's got 2 decks in them.
Look like chickens.
And they use them to carry sheep around.
Oh, okay.
Right. I'll show you.
Which kit are you looking for, Rick?
Now, a lot of these sheep wagons and cattle wagons, the last lot they were made, they were converted into flat cars, but more for container services. So there's still a lot of them refurbished ones out there in the system. They never got rid of them. They just taken the top frames off and used the underframe. But this bottom part here is thick. But I got the weights underneath it. It's more or less just holding the weight. It doesn't choke. That was my first attempt. And then
That looks good though.
yeah, here's my loaded one. This is the 4-wheeler. It's basically that big one that you saw is 2 of these together. You see how I've done the sheep in there?
Yeah.
I've got some sheep made out of pewter lead sheep. But in the middle of it, I've got balls of cotton wool and ball bearings for weight.
Oh, cool.
And you can't
I
see
say,
it.
it looks like you almost could make them out of cotton balls.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, in the middle of them, like I've got the pewter sheep to the outside, and the cotton balls on the inside to make it look packed. And it looks like it's a loaded sheep wagon. There's a whole heap of sheep in it. But if you look closely in it, you can just make out the sheep. And then you see some cotton balls in there. When you look at a distance, it looks like a fully loaded sheep wagon. What's that? Oh, this is only just the start of it, Kurt. I've got more. I've got a lot more. We still got to finish off my cattle car. I've got some big cattle cars I've got to finish off. But I'm not doing any more until I've got to concentrate on finishing the layout. Going from this short run, just what's the word? It's good to learn on. It's good to practice on, and experiment with the new electronics and everything else. The new modern electronics. But it's time now to give the train something decent to run on. Okay, you know what our sheep cars and trucks are like. You pack them in like sardines. You got to stop them from rock and roll and moving around. Yeah, it was good seeing the cattle cars around, but over here they only have unit trains here now, which is the coal trains, the limestone train, the steel train, and the container trains. Everything else, it's gone. We don't even have tanker cars here anymore either. We don't haul tankers on the road, on rail anymore. It all goes by road. I think it must have something to do with that big. Oh, g'day, Kyle. I haven't seen you for a while. I think it had something to do with that big derailment they had down south of here, where a tanker train fell over with fuel and diesel on board, because a lot of that area still has not grown back, and this is going quite a while ago since that drama was there. It's like, what, 20, 25, 26 years ago. Nothing's grown back there since. Yeah. No, I'm trying to work out how I'm going to do the city scene. There's a station, my main station is going to be just out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I'm kind of got off track here. I'm looking online. I'm trying to help Rick find this damn kit, but he's right. It's sold out everywhere. It's discontinued. Damn it. No, well.
Where are you from, Bernard?
All right, Daryl. I'll see when you pop back in. Thanks.
Yeah, go and keep the American economy going. Go on, go and do some work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still see quite a few mixed trains here. You get a lot of them. I guess I could put myself back up there with you. You do get a lot of like unit trains. You get a lot of stack trains. Even what happened there? Even like the auto racks are. There used to be a lot of unit trains there. Same thing with grain and that, but you know. Well, I guess I like that.
Yeah,
better.
we still do have the grain train. It's got a okay, you're over there. Okay, Bernard, thanks. I've got an idea where you are now. See, we don't even have all our racks here, or all our carrying cars here, carriages here anymore either. We do have grain. There's still a lot of grain coming out west, but I reckon I think once this rain stops, we're hoping the rain's going to stop towards the end of this month, end of this month of August, and I tell you what, we are going to have a huge bumper crop season this year.
Yeah.
It's a repeat of what we had in 2010, 2011, and we had a huge season back then too. Because they're getting just enough for let the crop grow, but let's just hope they get the follow-up rain to go with it.
Yeah. So they
Yeah, that's all
all
we
unit
got.
trains, sometimes some mix, but
yeah, we don't have any mixed trains.
I guess maybe here around the city you get a little bit of mix because you're getting stuff switching around, you know. But I don't know. I don't get out in rail fan as much as I'd like. I figure out where I want this damn camera.
What's the majority of our freights? I mean, yeah, we might get occasional freight on a weekend, but most of our freights run through the night from here.
Yeah.
So they don't.
We get a lot of nighttime traffic too.
Yeah, but the reason why they give us the reason why they get most of our freight train at night is so they don't interfere with the passenger train service between here and Sydney. Hey, Rick. R&L, how are you? The only trains they do squeeze in between might be a wheat train or a coal train, but they've got to maintain an average, a certain average speed and be reliable. I mean, we used to have, in our area, Kirk can vouch for this, we used to have the train that came out from the south that was milk and paper. You'd had fresh milk going to the dairy co-op to get processed. And on the back of it, they had containers on. They had paper coming from the paper mill. Then we had a mixed freight that had all sorts of goods in it, and then like these sheep and cattle wagons. Our cattle wagons are a little bit different. The ones that cart the cattle. They used to transport fuel and all sorts of things. That's all gone now.
See, yeah, we don't transport any cattle or any that I'm aware of by train anymore. Maybe. I don't recall seeing anything. I could be totally wrong. Most of that's by truck. All the
Yeah,
cars
same
and
here.
big carriers and, you know.
Well, so
But
well, here they used to move the cattle around, following like, as I said, we have the droughts. We have certain areas come into drought, so they got to take the cattle where the feedlots are. And then the
yeah.
other times you get, then you had the abattoirs like around the corner from where Kurt used to live. There was an abattoir there, but about 20 minutes down the road, we had 1, 2, 3 abattoirs, 3, 4 abattoirs, but we had the big main state one down there. So they used to unload all the cattle and that off here that came from other parts of the network and take them down to the abattoirs.
Yeah, like Kurt said, the good old days, man.
Yeah. Well, they just found it more efficient. G'day, Iron Horse, how are you? But they just found it more efficient.
Good to see you, buddy. Yeah. Well,
see, the some parts of where you seen the Olympics. One part of the Sydney Olympics there where the stadium used to be, that used to be the biggest abattoirs in the state, where all the livestock used to be getting taken into. They bring from all over the state and whatnot into the abattoirs there, but that's all gone now. All the meat works and that's gone.
All right, Bernard. Enjoy yourself. Look forward to seeing some video or pictures or something from you. Have a good trip.
Okay, stay good, Bernard. Yeah. Be good. If you can be good at it. And don't get caught.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't get caught.
Yeah. It's a bum when you get caught. That's only if you're doing something illegal, but or something that the missus don't like you doing.
Yeah.
Well, that's turned out pretty good. You've even taken a fascia off it too. The cardboard you had in front of the river there.
Yeah, that was just a temporary dam.
Yeah, that turned out pretty good, or
the pour?
Yeah, how did the end turn out? The edge there.
Not bad. I had a little bit of a bevel, you know what I mean? I shave it down a tiny bit, but not bad. I'm gonna put a fascia back up there. That was just a scrap piece. I should have just tried to use like tape or whatever, like or something along those lines. Hey, Mini Prince, how are you? But it came off pretty easy. This is just cardboard that was stuck because I had.
G'day, Bernard. How are you?
The backing.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, well, I'm one of the bad boys. I was one of the ones that used to cut up all the old wooden passenger cars, cut up with scrap that was down here. They made good firewood. Some of the old passenger cars we had, the tops were made out of wood. We used to rip them off, and then make big giant bonfires out of them. We spent nearly 18 months cutting them all up.
Little brother flew in from Alaska. Next year, Alaska will have steam again. Oh, that's cool. I would love to get to Alaska. It's on one of my bucket list, I guess, to get up there. I've never been over there.
Yeah, I see some nice. I see some nice footage, but one place I would really love to do is get up to Norway. There's a Norway, Denmark. I've on there up, and the Scandinavians up there. It looks pretty up there. Other
Yeah.
place I wouldn't mind going to is go to see that place called Hell. It's in Denmark, Norway. Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
sure.
I'm a bad person, Kurt, but it'll taught me how to use an oxyacetylene and everything else and machine.
Troublemakers.
Any way to
Both you
learn
guys.
is be destructive in it. Just getting paid for it. And it was legal. It was legal. I could get away with doing destruction with being illegally destruct things.
I don't know if I've ever gone over to Illyria to do any rail fanning, Rick. It's not that far from me. It's maybe an hour. If that, it's the other side of town.
An hour, that's not far.
No.
Especially when I see an hour's not far. An hour's only around the corner.
It might not even be that long, just depending what day, what time of day. I'm on the east side of town. That's out on the west side of town of Cleveland.
But you're on the west side, are you?
I'm on the east side.
You're on the east side.
It'd take me about, it's like 15, 20 miles to Cleveland where I'm at.
Okay.
Like that. Won't take too long.
Just had enough to be enough out of the city.
Yeah. We're definitely in the suburbs. Yeah.
You know, I prefer the suburbs. I don't know. I'm just too back for it.
It might. I've just never been over there, to be honest with you, for rail fanning. It'd be a nice little trip for your vacation. Berea's a good place to go. Berea's out by the airport. That's where Pappy and I and Goose Lane got all that footage from. That's a real good place.
That was a good spot.
Yeah, if you don't get you anything good there in Illyria, head down to Berea. It's out by the Browns training camp and everything. Hey, Norfolk and Western Railroad, man, how are you? But yeah, that's a good spot there too, that Berea. Like I said, Illyria, I don't really have much information on that as far as where to go or anything like that. But Berea actually has the Berea station there, and there's actually an area to sit and rail fan.
Yeah, it means kerosene lamps. They were still using kerosene lamps back in 1986 to light up the signals.
There we go.
Having Park Rail Station, that's like 15 minutes down the road.
Yeah. Last go on this way. Okay. Well, man, you're into those railroad spikes, buddy. I don't know. That's cool. They all look the same to me. Yeah, within reason. I mean, a spike is a spike. Okay, guys.
I
like watching trains. I like model trains. I don't know all the deep down rivets and history on every little thing. Some people just know so much stuff that it's way over my head. And I give you credit for it. I'm not knocking it. It's just not something I've gotten into all that, way deep down on some things.
I'm going to have to find that rail clip that we used on the rail line between Catherine and Tennant Creek up in the Northern Territory where the Garnet travels on. It's not a spike. It's not one of the normal clips that you see on the concrete ties. This is something, what even some wooden ties. These are totally different.
Rick.
I don't even go through that. My stepsister's down in South
Get,
Carolina.
I don't know if you guys would call it this. We call it Harry Buffalo. You took a big cooler and you filled it with any kind of, anything, rum, gin, vodka, any kind of alcohol, and you soak down all the different fruit in it. So you had the fruit, which would soak up all the alcohol, and you would eat the fruit, and you drink the mix. Strong. It was good, man.
My stepsisters in South Carolina, both Brenda and Chris. Now, I'm not a drinker.
Yeah.
But one of their secrets was to give me this Jello with fruit in it. Right? Apple and watermelon or whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They didn't tell me they laced it with alcohol, did they?
Of course not. Hey, Randall.
Of course not. No. And
it's more fun not to tell you that.
Well, for them it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I was having a drink. I had my bourbon and cake. Like I have a bourbon and cake mix. So I have about this much bourbon. Your red cups have about that much bourbon and rest.
Yeah.
Coke. But I'm humming into these Jello. They were Jello shots, hey, which I found out. I'm humming into these Jellos, fruits, and I'm drinking.
That's wrong, John.
Yeah. And I was playing corn toss.
No, yeah, cornhole. Yeah.
And I don't know, my aiming was getting off and off and off, and I'm like, I'm starting to feel the effects. It was starting to hit me, and I'm like, looking at the cup. Why am I feeling lightheaded? Why am I feeling tipsy? I look over towards my stepsisters, and they're laughing their heads off. I'm like, what's going on here? Then I picked up, my nephew turned around and said, oh, it's in the Jellos. They've got alcohol in it. The girls thought it was funny.
Hey, Jerry.
Hey, Jerry. But I needed that good laugh. I really did need that good laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. We used to do a Halloween party every year when the kids were little. Like they'd have their friends over, and we'd have all the parents over here, and people would dress up and stuff. It was fun.
Yeah.
And people would bring alcohol. My wife would make Jello shots in the little shot cups, like like these. How's the camera? Something like these kind of cups, or smaller maybe. And in fact, that's left over from Jello shots. That, we still had some stuff left over because you buy the big sleeves of it, And she would do pudding shots too, like chocolate pudding, vanilla pudding, and do that too. So I liked those a lot. I'm not a big Jello fan, but I liked the pudding. They're good, but she's real good at that.
Yeah,
I think she mixed like Kahlua in there with them and stuff. I don't remember.
Well,
oh yeah, because he said he burned the fruit. I said, yeah. I don't drink too much at all anymore. In fact, it's been a lot of years
I
since I had anything to drink. Until my son came home, and I said, "No, he's living his best life over there in Europe right now." Sending me pictures of him drinking Heinekens and all kinds of stuff. He's living it up so far over there. Hopefully, it stays that way.
Yeah, but then again, the alcohol over there is more extract than the actual alcohol content.
Yeah.
The alcohol level is different, especially towards Poland and Eastern Europe. The alcoholic drinks are different, unless you're going for um the vodka. It's different, but you find the beers are more abstract. It's almost like drinking soda, really.
Yeah. If you had the chance to sell that for $900,000, let me just say, as somebody who isn't as big of a fan of barrel spikes as you, I get where you're getting that we're not for sale, but at the same time, you set yourself up real well. You can sell it for $900,000 if that's actually the case. So I don't know,
I
buddy.
just
I would
I
have
just missed
everything
the
I own
cookout.
paid for, and I'd have a nice freaking bank account.
Hmm.
Let's see, he said I never had a pudding shot. Yeah, I don't even know how she makes it. I know obviously you use Jello pudding, but she mixes in alcohol and stuff. I'm sure there's a way you have to do it so that the pudding was still set up and everything. Um, I'm sure you could Google it or something. I'm sure it's not rocket science, but they're good, man. They're obviously going to keep them in the refrigerator. Same thing with the Jello shots, but um, it was good. We had a good time with those parties. I'll tell you what, man. It was
See, I'm
uh,
not. I'm not. I used to come over to US. I used to be stateside. Spend most of the time during October, and then um, December it was too wet up the top end. But October, I had about 4 weeks, of basically the whole of October time off because it's that quiet period from where I'm working at now. So I just jumped on the plane and gone over there for 4 weeks,
yeah.
um, and we had cookouts out there until Brenda passed away. After Brenda passed away, that was the end of it. We didn't have any more cookouts after that. Then after
Mm.
Brenda died, Chris passed away. So I had two funerals basically back to back. Brenda passed away in 2018, and Chris passed away in 2019.
Oh man.
So it's 3 years since. Yeah, it's 3 years since Chris passed away. Yeah.
Hey Jeff, that is a backdrop from Trackside Scenery. Like some of it is, like what's on the wall is, but then you like I have trees in front too. Um,
That's blended in pretty nicely. That.
yeah, like this all in here is like trees.
Hmm.
Camera a little bit down in front here, and
That's
then
it in
behind
there.
it is the backdrop. So
You blended that in
yeah,
pretty
I
good.
can't. I can't. If I could, thank you. If I could paint that, and that would save me a hell of a lot of money. Let me just tell you, they're nice backdrops, but as with anything, there's a cost. So I'll continue with these kind of backdrops, but it's going to be little by little. Just too much to do it all at one time. So I got around the corner. I showed you back over here, from
Look,
there, all the way around the corner, and then down to that corner. That was like a birthday kind of gift from the wife. She paid for like half of it. I paid for the other half. It wasn't cheap. Worth it in my opinion, but
yeah.
I I'm not artistic enough to really paint something I would have been happy with, and I figured this is going to be the plan is for this to be like the forever layout. It's going to take me forever to build it anyways. So I'm going to take my time with it, and I'm going to do it the way I want to do it.
Because you're not
And
allowed
some
to
of
rip
that,
it down again. Start again.
the only way I'll rip it down is if we actually move. And I don't think we're
Yeah.
going to do that. If anything, we're going to do like the winter time. We'll go south for the winter time. Got to get out of the winter, out of the snow and that. And it won't be till I retire and stuff anyway. So that'd be a good 10 plus years down the road. So, you know what I mean? It's not something I'm looking to do. Simon the Railway
Hey,
Enthusiast.
Kurt,
You?
on a minute. I've got to set it straight with this guy. Hey, Simon, Kurt, I don't have to get up in the morning. I don't have a wife to look after like you do. You got to go to bed and make sure you're up, make a breakfast, and make her a cup of coffee.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't have to do all
This
that.
Wipe start moving. Yeah, where you guys looking to move, John? If we moved, I'm gonna be honest. I like Florida. My wife likes Florida. We have friends in Florida. I know enough of you railroad guys like Chaz Coe and Robert Sacco, Chris from Tennessee River is down there. Jim Tedesco, just a lot of you guys like that. John 2618 is in Florida. Nisi is in Florida, I believe. There's enough guys down there that I could keep involved in the train community. You know what I mean? And then we just like the weather there. We like it there. We have other friends that are not railroad related down there too that we go stay with when we do visit. So I mean, plus I've always just liked it there. So that's probably where we would go if we moved out of Ohio.
Rick, you don't have to spend a fortune. Sorry, Rick, you don't have to spend a fortune and get a really good backdrop. Okay, if you have a look, sorry, because you have a look, that backdrop there. Okay, that's a cheaper one, not too cheap. That's the premium range at the British Eco range, the British mob that make the railroad tracks. That backside seat, that backdrop there is empty. They do backdrops too. That's their premium range. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know they made backdrops.
Yeah, that's from them. That whole piece there cost me $25, $26 Australian. If I convert that to American dollars, that's like about $21, $22 for that.
Yeah.
That's not a bad price, and it's good. Okay.
How long is it?
It's
what's that?
Well, how long is it?
How long is it roughly? Yeah, ballpark.
About 10 feet.
Sure.
And they also have got transition pieces to go with it too now. They also got transitions that will go onto it. Yeah. So you don't have to spend a big fortune, Rick, on backdrops. Okay, the one behind me, that was a little bit dearer. That's a bit of a vinyl one. That one cost me, I think, $50 Australian. And that's that one was eight. That's actually 14 feet long. That one, I had to cut it short.
Okay, cut it.
But that piece there is 14 feet.
Okay.
And that's actually an Australian scene, that. And it's fine. If it gets dirty, I can just put a cloth over it and wipe it all down. And it's pretty good. And that's with self-adhesive backing on it. That one I did spend a bit more money on. But I wanted something different.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, like I said, trackside scenery is not necessarily the cheapest, but they're right up there with the other ones that are the more common ones around here. Now, this is about 325 inches. I got like 20 feet.
You want to put yourself up on the screen?
Oh, yeah, I could do that. So, yeah, so from this wall, what I showed you is about 28 feet total. You know, they did a little drop down in here with the river there, and then down on the other bridge is a road that was cut in to it as well. So it was just a little bit extra for those kind of things. But it ends up being about $1 an inch, to be honest. So it was over $300 for this backdrop for what I did. But it's probably I don't know. I probably need a good. I need a lot more of them. Trust me. Not just for the bottom level. But to me, it was worth it. Now you can print out stuff, picture backdrops yourself and that. I mean, Tedesco has done some of that. Um, you probably could take photos to like your copy places as long as they're your photos, and they can probably, do some work with them, I would guess. Um, but yeah, it was expensive. Like I said, I'm not gonna lie, but it was something that was worth it to me. And again, I'm not trying to build this thing in a day, so it's something I can stretch out over time. You know what I mean? And then, you know, what are you gonna do? Looking for the link I put in there earlier.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to bring up the series. I'll see if I can share it with you. So that's a screen there. That's a series. Um, can you see the link that I put up there?
Hang on. Rick, this is the link to trackside scenery. That's where I got the backdrops for. And yeah, you could definitely do that. 26 by 4. Yeah, 26 by 4. 4 inches or 4 feet? 26 feet by 4 inches tall. These are like 16 inches, I think, tall. 14 inches. I can't remember now. He could do stuff like, warehouse buildings and stuff in there. Did you put up a link?
I don't put up the link. I just put a shared the screen there.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, let me bring it up. Yeah.
That's the brand there. It's Pico, PECO. I know our hobby shops don't have them here at the moment. You got to shop around for it. There, you can also get them from the UK. There is a couple of dealers that are doing it off eBay from the UK, but just make sure they're from the UK. But they're very hard to get a hold of at the moment because of this plant still isn't at full capacity. But that's their premium range, and you'll see on the side, just Google it up and you see they have got, this is their premium range. It starts from $19 Australian at the moment, so that's even cheaper than in US. Here's another one of their premium scenes. They're more photographic than what they used to be.
Yeah.
I find them good. Yeah, I find them quite nice. And that lake scene is pretty much close to what I have here. It's not exact, but it'll do. I was hoping to get someone to come up with, let me use their drone and take an aerial photo of it. So of the shot that I want of the lake, but he was always busy, and I just gave up.
All right, this link, yeah, you're welcome, Rick. And this link is for Train Junkies. That's another backdrop company. That's the one that has like vinyl backdrops too. That is the one that Jason from the Train Freak, Jason used on his layout. So that's another one you can check out. Artie, I'm going to turn this over to you for a quick second, if you don't mind. I have to go use the restroom. So unless you want to hear me pee, I'm going to put you on mute.
No, I don't want to hear you pee, mate. No.
No, you know. So, I'll be right back, though.
Okay, buddy.
All right.
I'll get what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this link up for when Dave comes back. I'll get Rick, David to share this link with you, Rick, so you can have a look at what they've got. You just got to shop around. I mean, you don't need to pay a big fortune. I mean, when I was looking for a backdrop, I was trying to finish what I had here before I had my surgery on my left shoulder. So I wanted to have it looking finished, so I really pushed for it. And we were right down at the part where we were just sort of like in and out of lockdown early on. And these were the only two scenes I was able to get. So that's why I got a combination of two. I will be changing the scene that's behind me. I will be changing that scene. That's going to be coming out. I'm going to use that as a little display, which I'll do some outside photography with on that section there. Because as I've been trying to work out my track plan, it's not gonna work on the layout that I have intention of building. So that's going to come out. I'm going to still use the same backdrop, but I'm going to do it so I can actually pick it up and take it outside. But it was worth the money. Things are slowly getting back in the stock. You just got to shop around and try your best. I don't know how I'm going to do the top. Where am I? I don't know how I'm going to do this top layer up here, because what I do intend to do is do a city scene in here. But as I said earlier in the track, I was going to my station's going to be odd looking. It's going to have two levels. Because I'm cramped with space, so I just want to get at least 5, 6 passenger trains in there, but also have a little bit of freight traffic coming through it. So I'm teeing up or playing around with the design there, but I need to find a city scene that's going to be able to blend in with it. And then again, I might end up having to blend the scenery into the backdrop. What you miss? We were talking about backdrops. Rick. Trying to tell the Rick, our mate R&L Rick is asking about, mentioning that the backdrops are expensive. And I showed him there is an alternative of getting cheaper backdrops too. They're not vinyl. They haven't got sticky backs. Like this one from Pico, they're just normal paper. It does tear a lot easier, So you got to prep it, everything, and that's only stuck up by double-sided tape at the moment. But for $20, $25, if it gets damaged, I'm not going to lose any sleep over at the moment. But I think it's going to be permanent now. Yeah, we're going to have to look at those DPM kits. I've got to shop around and see if there's anyone else around here that's got them. There's a guy that mainly has them in Sydney. He just wants a fortune for them. Yeah, well, I'm going to try to do that one day soon here too. There are some buildings and structures around here that I'm looking into taking photographs of, particularly in Wollongong at station there, and try to have it blend in with my city scene. Oh, you are? I was trying to keep them entertained.
Yeah.
I appreciate
I'll put
a
it.
link up.
I think I peed as much as you have had rain.
Oh, hell, God, you guys are in trouble. You guys have been in trouble if that's the case.
I'm gonna stop.
I'll put a link up there for let the Rick have a look at it. To Pico Track's website. You can have a look at the backdrops. Oh no, we've had a lot. It was out this year anyway. We haven't had a good rain down here for a long time. It flushed the rubbish out the creeks, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. My street might get a little bit flooded, but I don't get water in the house. I'm not swimming. It's never going to flood here. Well,
yeah.
Let me rephrase that. It has flooded here before, but the last time we flooded up to the second step was back in 67, 69, around about that time. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe. Good. I almost forgot it was Thursday. Yeah, just talk a little bit about backdrops and so I temporarily got the bridges back in. I've been weathering the bridges, Joe. Nothing major. Just chit chatting like we normally do. You know, Artie could just keep talking for hours. It's good. I like it. I just got back from the restroom, Joe. Just in case you want to. What's that?
I'll shut up and go to bed.
Nah. You sleep when you're dead, man.
Yeah.
Nah, nothing really exciting, but it's fun.
Let me tell you this much: before I get cremated, don't open a coffin, because I'm going to be in the coffin naked, facing down. So if anyone wants to see me before I get burnt, they can kiss my backside.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, you're not wrong. Railroad inflation. Shoot, excuse me.
Well,
I just
sorry to say, inflation is only going to really hurt those ones that are in a great, big, huge, giant debt and live on credit cards and always live from one debt to another debt. The only way you're going to beat it is if you can get yourself out of the credit card debts, minimize your loans and whatnot. You'll pull out of it. We're having issues up here in Sydney where people went out and bought these $1.5 million, $2 million, $3 million. They got home loans for these properties. Now the interest rate's gone up. They can't pay it. Some of them have been trying to sell off and they're losing up to $100,000, $200,000 from the price they originally paid for. Yeah, everything looked good when it was down the bottom. You got to look in the future.
Regarding what Rick was saying about railroad inflation, I saw that Midwest Mountain Railroad has cut their prices by 7%. I just got an email on that. And then Derek Glass from DG Model Works, I guess, did a little announcement video that his coupon code is no longer active because I don't know if anybody's coupon codes for Midwest Mountain Railroad will be active now, because I think like Ron Strange and things, I don't know if he had a code or not. Who else had one? Eric out there in Arizona, IMMR Railroad, whatever he is.
Yeah.
We always forget the letters of his channel, but he's got a good channel out there, that big N scale layout. So I don't know if his is still valid or not, but I know DG Model Works is not valid anymore because Midwest cut everything by 7%. And DG's code was only for 5% anyways. So, well, yeah, he did a video on that yesterday, I think it was out. Can't remember. He's got a good channel there too for anybody who wants to check that out. Let me see if I can find it.
Well, you got an advantage there, Rick. Your house is paid for. You're not going to lose. You're not going to lose your house over there. The truck, you can make your payments. If you can't, sell the bloody thing and go and work for someone else. If you can get a job. But so this is a big difference between, say, the late 70s and early 80s. I mean, we're living in different times globally. There's no such thing as job security anymore because of all this new modern technology. So we don't know if we've got a job today to tomorrow. Even you, Dave, you don't know if you still got a job tomorrow. They might have invented a robot to take over your job.
Yeah, well, that's
they're working on it.
They already use robots in the operating room.
I know.
I mean, they're human assisted. I mean, they're not just robots. You know, the surgeon's still using a robot.
Good day, John.
Oh, look at this, Artie. There's somebody right here for you, man. Yeah, look at that.
Not me, mate. Not me. You've been watching dating sites again, have you?
All the time.
Yeah, right, Rick.
Trains and porn. Trains on my porn, you know. Tell my wife I'm going to go down and watch some porn. I'm going to watch the trains run around. It's my train porn.
Yeah. So. What do you do? Watch your porn downstairs instead of playing trains? Yeah.
Trying to block it. That's the first time I had one come in on this show that I'm aware of. I keep saying I have error in blocking this user.
Block them and report them.
Oh, yeah. I'll get them on the what do you call it? Like in my comments, like after a video goes up, I get that sometimes.
Yeah. See, I've had them where you can block them, but then you put an instant report because now
I do report them first and then I block them.
Yeah.
I always report them, then I block them, but there's so many of them out there, you're never going to get them, you know. Jack had them.
We're not getting so many over here now, even with these phone scams and that. The phone company and whatnot has come out with this new system here, which is stopping a lot of them in its tracks. And after the last few court cases that Google and Microsoft have lost over here in regards to that, they have to actually deal with it now.
Yeah. Like I said, I always report them and then I block them anytime I see them in my comments. I haven't necessarily had them come into my streams yet. I don't know. Maybe I'm becoming more popular now. I don't know. Doubt it.
No, they're getting bored. They're getting bored.
Well, what are you gonna do? Anyways, I put the link up there for DJ's video he just did. DG's video, DG Model Work. It's Derek Glass. Um, so he's like I say, he's not upset over it. He still supports them. He's been with them a long time. They still support his channel. They're just not going to offer the coupon code anymore because they've just went ahead and cut everything 7%. They say so. We'll see. Problem with them is I'll get a good price on stuff. And I'll use DG's coupon code. Or before, now that it's not valid anymore, I can't. And they can't control it really that much either. But it's the damn shipping.
I'll tell you what,
shipping.
Your shipping costs over there, I'm sorry to say it, but the way I'm hearing what the shipping costs are going there, particularly with the postal service, it's criminal. It's price gouging. Yeah. Over here, it's a criminal. It'll be a criminal offense.
Yeah. So right. You have to account for that when you buy something, because there's been times where I've gotten something for a really good price and the damn shipping's more than what I'm buying. So it's kind of crazy. I get it. It's not that I don't want to pay. I mean, that's yeah. Honestly, that would be a bigger discount because really all it did was go from the 5% discount that we all enjoyed between different users, which helped promote those users' channels. Now, I don't know if those guys made anything off of those discount codes. Like I have the discount code through Yankee Dabbler. I don't get any percentage of that money or anything. I get to use the same code, and I'm sharing it with you guys, but I don't get any kickback for that or nothing. You know what I mean? I take that back.
No.
Once a year, he'll contribute like a $25 gift card to like a contest or something like that if I wanted to give something away. I haven't had a contest in a long time.
Yeah, but if you go to Yankee Dabbler, if you go into his store and start buying something up, he's going to give you some sort of discount anyway.
Yeah.
Especially when you walk in with cash, he's going to give you a discount. You see, that's the same with me when I go to see my store up in Liverpool here. Joe. Yeah. He always throws in something for nothing. But I mean, look, at the end of the day, I mean, they still got to make a business. They still got to pay their rents. They still got to pay for their stock. I mean, if they lose 7%, then they lose 7%.
Is that true, Bernard? Because screw that. That's bullshit.
They better not be, because I tell you what, UPS, I use UPS a lot here. The worst offenders for price gouging at the moment is United States Postal Service. They're the worst ones. They're charging you, and they've charged me, and I've been caught out with it. I've got packages floating out in the Pacific Ocean there somewhere. I pay for priority air shipment from New York to Sydney to come by airmail. And I paid the premium price to make sure it goes by air. Yeah. Right? And this is during the pandemic. They were trying to say there's reduced flights, which are a load of garbage, because there was actually extra freighters coming out of the United States to Australia. United was still flying. They were all they'd taken the seats out, and well, even some of them, they didn't even take the seats out. The seats were carrying parcels. But what they'd done was they charged you for that, and they used a cheaper alternative and filled up a shipping container and put it on the ship, which takes 3-4 months to get here. 96 degrees. That's going to be a nice day.
Tour de France. I forgot that was even a thing. Ever since Lance Armstrong's been out, all that stuff. I don't even pay attention to Tour de France.
I have not been on that since God knows.
Yeah, Joe even says shipping's
It's
going
90s.
nuts. Like I'm a fan of Yankee Dabbler. Their shipping cost it's gone up some. I had actually after Strasbourg, I contacted Bob and to see if I can get my discount code raised a little bit. Um, but he said because shipping costs have gone up, he wouldn't be able to do it at this time and this and that. Give me his reasoning behind it all. And okay, I get it. It is what it is. Um, yeah, I've noticed that too, Joe. I've noticed that too.
Oh,
Um,
they
but
might be doing overload. They might have a contract with them, I think.
yeah, probably. But that's how they get
So,
around the union. That's how they get around the union. UPS is all union, and that's how they get around it. They cross dock it and stuff. But anyway, so I do a lot of buying through Lombard hobbies. I like Lombard a lot. I don't know of any discount codes through Lombard. If anybody has one or knows of one, let me know. Um, they usually have pretty good prices and everything. The thing is, they have like a flat rate of shipping, which is like between $13 and $15. I can't remember exactly what it is. 13, like a flat rate UPS, like medium box price. So,
I haven't
it's
I haven't had a problem with UPS, not on the international. Um, I found them a bit more reliable than FedEx. Okay, FedEx is a different company now. I'll just take my screen off for a minute. Um, I've I've I found
Artie, you never look better.
thanks, mate. Um, I've used UPS now for nearly 20 odd years, and I never had problems with them. Their prices are usually predictable and affordable, and to deal with them, even on doesn't matter small scale or large scale, they're a lot easier to deal with than FedEx. Because I had large shipments of foods and livestock or whatnot. We used to actually put on jumbo jets and that and send all over the Middle East and some to the United States and that for one of my customers, and I used UPS over FedEx.
Yeah. FedEx
Because
is terrible, man.
they were more than willing to help. They were willing to help you out in every way form. If I want something from the US to here, even with model part portion of it, I know I'm going to have it here in my door within 8 days.
Yeah.
For $60, 8 days to get it here to Australia. Right? That's for a small box. Up to I don't know. In that box I can have 4 Athearn engines in it for $60. That's a fair bit of weight. Oh,
Yeah.
FedEx, yeah. And then they want you to the thing with FedEx, they want you to pay up front, but if you're a contractor to FedEx, they want you to wait 90 days for a check. No. But FedEx taking over TNT as well now.
Let's see. Let's see. Over 2 Digitrax decoders, one of breaking an 8-pin plug. 8-pin. Is that the one that looks? It's just yeah. I think I might have had some 8-pins, man. I should have asked. I might have had something I could have sent you. Plugs alone were selling for. I figured I was better off ordering a whole decoder. Well, I mean, yeah, especially like if you're just doing the basic decoder, the DH, was it 165s or whatever, 166s? They're not that bad price really. So
Yeah. But if you see what the mail postal service, like your normal mail, usually postal service, yeah, okay, fair enough. But like here in Australia with the Australia Post, I had 3 lots of important legal documents go missing between my place here at Wollongong and Sydney. Went missing. I mean, how does an envelope go missing within about 2 hours travel? That's got me beat.
Randall, do you still need one of those? Is this what you're talking about there?
Beg your pardon?
I'm talking to Randall. He said something about an 8-pin. I think I might have a couple of them here, buddy. Let's see. I got these 8-pin to 9-pin converters. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. You can get them from
Randall, if you need them. Oh, okay. Well, let me know. I got a couple of these here. This one's still got the little styrofoam on the end of it. Yeah, I mean, I can send them your way if you need them.
Are they the Soundtracks ones?
Digitrax.
Oh, the Digitrax are making them too now.
I guess it's Digitrax. I don't know. I've had these for a while. I might
I
have pulled them out of a decoder. I can't remember if I use these or not, but it's the 8-pin to 9-pin conversion. You know, you plug the little 9 pins in this one at the end of it, and then this goes in the pinholes. So yeah, let me know.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you very much, Joe. You took the words out of my mouth.
I think you went to bed. You took your picture off.
I'm just doing something.
I don't know if they're any good. This is a DCC lamp board. Just standard boards, couple boards. I pulled out of old stuff when I put sound in some older locomotives. I got just stuff hanging around, man. I don't throw nothing like this away though, because you just never know.
I tell you what, my Tuesday was a pain in the back. Yeah. I'll never use Digitrax decoders again. I've had that many. I've got a few models here with Digitrax in them, and they're just nothing but trouble.
Yeah.
Nothing but trouble. I've got a little switcher here. It actually dropped on me. And
there's one that's 9-pin. It's got the
motor runs fine. I put another decoder in it. It runs fine. Yeah, I've got to get some more of them too. They're the after ones.
A couple of those and these. I forgot I had all these boards.
One thing I hated about Tuesday, I was trying to get some decoders from Train World because they had it sale on, but the pain got so bad in my kidney area. Shut up, Kurt. Yeah, the pain got so bad. I didn't put the order in. They had the Independence Day special on, where you get 10% off the price. I'll buy a fair bit.
The Soundtracks?
And it's
yeah,
I was getting Soundtracks from Train World. Soundtracks had them too. But because I had to get the order in by 2:00 my time to get the discount, it didn't happen.
Yeah. No, I rarely buy from the actual manufacturer. Like Soundtracks had that special, right? It was, I don't know, 10% or
Yeah.
whatever it was. Even with that 10% off, I got this decoder. I bought that buddy of mine, Chris from Tennessee River Union Railroad, wants me to. I think I said it earlier. He wants me to put a decoder in. He wanted me to see if I could add to the decoder he had. It's an older Soundtracks decoder. And going back and forth with Rick, Jason Train Freak.
Yeah.
Being he's a Soundtracks installer, he was looking at the board for me and said that it wasn't going to support what my friend wanted to do with it. He wanted to add another set of ditch lights. He wanted to add a keep alive. It just was too old of a board. It wasn't. He said it wouldn't support it all. So instead, Chris decided to just upgrade it to a new Soundtracks board. So that's what we ended up doing. But anyways, I ordered it from Iron Planet Hobbies. I've used Keith's code, human. You get that 10% off and free shipping. So, I got the keep alive and the decoder for, let me tell you, let me find it on my phone.
Let's say Iron Planet. Say Iron Planet. Is it Iron Planet or Yankee Dabbler? One of them two won't ship out to here.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You have no idea there, but
one and two don't ship internationally to Australia. They'll ship to, I think they'll ship to Canada, but they won't ship anywhere else. Yeah, it might be the beard, Rick.
Yeah.
It might be.
So with his discount, I got like $12 off, and then the decoder was $97.56. The keep alive was $25.56. Total was $110.81 after with free shipping and the 10% discount. I mean, that's for a current keeper from Soundtracks and their brand new plug and play 8-pin, the new 8-pin ones, 8-function ones. Function at 8-pin.
I bought a lot of my stuff from Train World in New York. And also buy stuff from Train Stuff, which is down in Baltimore.
I like them too.
But he doesn't do. He won't. The guy down there, Model Train Stuff. He won't send it through UPS. Right, he'll send it through the mail service only. He won't send it to the UPS. Even when I told him, look, I'm willing to pay the extra, but at least I know it's going to get here a lot quicker.
All right, John. Take care, buddy. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, John. And Factory
it
Direct
must be all the pine needles. Right?
Yeah.
So you get confused with what's his name's beard.
Factory Direct down in Asheville in North Carolina. I buy stuff from him every now and then. I'll shop around. But the decoders from Train World, they were like...
Okay, Randy. Let me know if you change your mind.
Yeah, they were $69 each.
Hey, John, how you doing, my man?
Yeah, they were $69 each, which even in Australian dollars, that's about $72, $73. It's a lot cheaper than $200 for a decoder that I've got to pay for up in Sydney.
Yeah.
Even with shipping.
Well, that's just it. You have to kind of have to weigh it out, Like sometimes, you go to a hobby shop and it's like, wow, sometimes these shops want a lot of money. You can find better deals online. But here again, you got to add in the shipping costs. And like, I'll look it up online, try to find the same item and who's going to be the best deal. And then you got to watch where you get it from too. You got to, like all these major shops we've been talking about, I've never really had any problem getting my product. You get some of these obscure places, like that thing you got screwed up on. Back over around Christmas time, that what was it, a locomotive or something like that?
Locomotives, but that was partially my fault too.
Yeah,
I didn't look at the link.
Yeah,
everything looked legit to the Train Stuff's link.
Yeah,
the website was everything else when it came out to the checkout, everything was working fine.
Cool.
It should have clicked, or it should have dawned on me when it wouldn't accept my account
Yeah.
the first time, but it was processed. But when they started asking me, "Oh, you haven't paid your money, but the money's been taken out of the bank account," that's when
Yeah.
alarm bells started ringing. I'm going, "Hang on, this is not right." And I looked at it deeper and go, "Hang on,
Yeah.
this is different." So I rang them up in where are they? They're in Baltimore, I think at least. I think they are, aren't they? Up there somewhere.
They're in Maryland somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I rang them up and they said, "No, we don't have. It's not us." And I rang up PayPal straight away, and I said, "Oh, look, there's this site from United States, and they scammed me basically.
Yeah.
I still got the stuff here. I was going to put some batteries and go outside and play in the rain with it." But I did have an issue with Train World. I did have an issue with Train World. They put the wrong Metroliner in the parcel when they sent it over.
Hmm.
And of course, that was right down when the showstopper hit.
Yeah.
Right. And it took May, June, July. Took about 2.5 months to get here. Yeah, 2.5, nearly 3 months to get here. When I opened the box, it was the wrong one. I'm going, well, I'm short one train. That's right, I was short one.
Hmm.
But what they end up doing was they credit me the money, and I end up buying some stuff out of them.
I got one of those readers too.
Yeah. Well, that's the. Well, if Rita doesn't do it, your wife
Different
and your
name,
kids will
same
spam you.
different name, same principle.
Yeah.
Kurt, I don't work. I guess you call it shift work. I don't know what you would call it. I'm a nurse. I work 312s. I work Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. If that's what you're asking.
Hmm.
So, yeah, it's not really like. I guess it's shift work. It's at 5:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. 3 days a week. Can't complain. Trust me when I tell you. Allows me a lot of extra time to play with this hobby. So I still can't get anything done. You
Well, I
know.
better shut up and let you get on with it.
No, that's okay.
Where
No, I'm getting a
what
little
I've got
hungry.
to say, Train Wars looked after me a lot better than what Factory Direct has.
Factory
And
Direct, I've got a couple things for them. It's been okay. I don't know if the prices are any better than anywhere else. I pre-ordered a Amtrak, uh, some kind of Amtrak, one of the newer schemes for them, but I don't know. Haven't got it yet. Still waiting. I
not the
think it's. I think it's
P40s,
an. I think it's an
not
Athearn.
the P42s,
I think
the new
so.
style ones.
I think so.
I think they screwed up with the orders.
I don't know. I haven't heard any more about it. I mean, I didn't pay for it or nothing, until it comes in. So we'll see. I ordered that a while ago.
Everyone's. I was with the group on Facebook
No,
with the Amtrak
looks
modelers
like it, but
there.
no fish.
Um,
I wish.
the fish are drowned.
You get some
The
floating in the
fish
tower.
drowned, John.
God, how cool would that have been if I could have found a way to put some fish in there? You can see.
You probably could have.
Probably. Probably could have. I don't know.
Put a freshwater shark in there.
Yeah,
That would have been cool.
that would have
Yeah,
been cool.
I ordered what, 4? I never got them. I never got them.
Yeah, but I don't think they came in yet, did they?
Yep,
Let me
they
see.
come and gone. They've come and gone.
I don't know. Maybe. See what I ordered.
Well, no, a lot of people that have the Amtrak group on the Facebook page, a lot of them already got it, and that was they came out not long after the big boy came out. They messed up the order because they ended up throwing the. With me, they mixed up the invoices up.
Factory direct
They had to put down that it's
hobbies.
been completed. Whether it couldn't pay the bill or couldn't pay the order, I don't know.
So, that's something totally different. What the hell did I order? This was for. I don't know. This was for some containers and some chassis I pre-ordered through them. On that one, I course swore I pre-ordered.
Yeah, I never got them. I didn't get a notification or anything.
This is for the AMD 103 P42 with DCC and sound, the Amtrak 50th anniversary in blue.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard nothing about it, man. They never sent me anything saying it was in or nothing.
No, but they've been coming. They come and gone. They come
Well,
and
that
gone.
sucks. I guess I won't be getting
them.
that one then.
Yeah, well, what I'm going to do is
I'm not brokenhearted over
Kato's
it. It was kind of an impulse thing, anyways. That I pre-ordered it.
Kato's got some coming out. I'm buying a couple more Kato ones. They're good. Have you seen the Kato models?
No. I
They're
wanted to
actually
get one of
pretty
those older. You could get some of those older DC models, like pretty cheap. But I'm not sure how easy they are to convert because they got like two separate motors in them.
I'll convert them over. I'll convert both of them over.
Yeah,
I might actually do a. And you got to play around with the circuit board on them. One of them I succeeded with it. The other one I didn't. But I ended up putting the first tsunami chip, tsunami or soundtrack or tsunami 2 decoder in them, and they run beautifully. They're good pullers.
You talking about the ones that are the DC models that have the two?
Yeah, I bought two of my DC models.
I could have got one for like $100 or something, like less than that.
Yeah,
And converted it, but it was an older kind of style. I actually watched a bunch of videos on it and really wanted to give it a try. And but then I don't know, I got a really good deal on the one Athearn that I got, Athearn Genesis, and for what I was going to have to pay to get a decoder and speakers and all that stuff, I just went with the Athearn because I knew it was a sure thing, you know. Let me tell you something. Just a note for those of you that watched that video I did on the 4th of July with the two veteran units that I have, the Scale Trains one, and then the from CSX, and then the Union Pacific one was an Athearn Genesis. That string of the stack train that I pulled with the CSX Scale Trains locomotive, no problems. I hooked that Athearn up to that stack train. It would not pull that train. It sat there and spun its wheels. That's why I had to pull that shorter train. It just had some of those
going up the grade.
There's not flat ground. Flat.
Oh, really?
So I hooked up just some grain cars, which are lighter, because most of those stack train cars I had on there were metal. They were Rapido and Walthers. Then I had like a cheap like metal Walthers, 53 footers. And I had a set of 48 5-car set of the kit Walthers plastic cars at the back end of that. So they were mostly heavier cars, but it would not pull it. So I had to put a shorter, lighter train on there to pull it, just a single engine. That's the one thing that I will say. I love the Athearn Genesis. They run nice, but like I said, they don't pull like the scale trains will. And they
I
sound.
think
I love the
I think
sound of
that
that ST70. That Tsunami 2 sound, man. It beats that ESU in my opinion. Unless I just got to program them better. Of course, I have the horn turned way down on that CSX unit. Um, I forgot I put it down so low, and I didn't feel like changing the video. But John, I'm the same way. But when I was driving trucks, it was 12, 14, 16 hours a day,
yeah,
5 days a week. Now I am
that's what that's what I
three
was
days, 12
paying.
hours.
That's what I was paying. What's his name, Daryl, for his 8 hours. That's why I said 8 hours. Cute. 12,
Oh
18
yeah,
hours days.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Before a live stream, that's a long time. Kudos to Daryl, man. He did a great job with that. Every time I was able to pop in, even if I didn't comment, there was a couple times I was able to just kind of listen in real quick while we were driving or something, and sounded like the conversation was moving along, and it was
See,
entertaining.
I can't comment. I can't comment off my phone. I can listen and watch, but I cannot comment. Um, See, I bought one of those
I can
engines
comment on the
too.
phone. I just can't comment on the TV.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't comment on the phone.
Yep.
Got one of those Athearn Genesis, the Union Pacific one too.
Hmm. Beautiful
And I think
locomotive.
that's
Beautiful.
oh, it is. I've
Sounds
got two
beautiful.
C. I've got two CSXs, the same model.
Hello, Finn.
Um,
Welcome in.
hey Finn. Um, Now I did and do have a problem with my UP. I reached out to Athearn to get a warranty work done on it. Nothing from them. Nothing.
Oh no, you won't hear from Athearn. Athearn's terrible, man. You will not. What the hell did I? Oh, I got a set of well cars, right? No, spine cars, and I was missing a piece. So I reached out to their whatever department online, this was months ago, over the winter. Still haven't heard back from them. Still, see if they had any spare pieces, or if we could buy. I don't even want it for free. I was just going to ask to buy something.
Yeah. Now there is an error. There's a problem with the decoder in mine. I think. I believe it's decoder
That's pretty
because
cool,
the
Randall.
ditch lights, right? It's factory fitted decoder in it. Sometimes the ditch lights work together. Sometimes only one will work. The other one goes out. And when it flashes, only one will flash, the other one goes out. I played with the CVs, but just to have the ditch lights on, one will come. So just put it on the layout now. Two will start working, then eventually one stops working.
Hmm.
It's
I
always
guess
the
it was
one
like
side.
overheating or something. That's weird.
It was
Well,
brand
I know like
new.
Union Pacific. Yeah, you said a Union Pacific.
Yeah, same as what you got.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, those dish lights aren't supposed to flash. Union Pacific, I don't believe, has flashing dish lights. I don't think they run them that way. But either way, you should be able to change the CVs to make them flash.
well, I changed it so you can flash. Actually, no, the CVs online already set to flash when you activate the horn.
Yeah.
They only activate to come on when you press the horn.
Yeah, I don't think mine flashed
My
from
mine came
the
out
get
like
go.
that.
I don't know.
Hmm.
John wants to know if torpedoes are worth the price. He doesn't have any. I don't have any other locomotives or anything much. I have some of them. I have I got a deal from a guy who was selling them He needed money fast, and he was selling them. They're brand new, and they're nice. They're heavy. They roll nice and everything. The well cars I'm talking about, they're 53 footers. They came with containers. I don't know. I mean, I don't think they're any nicer than anybody else out there, other than the fact that they're metal. I like that about them. I like the Cato units.
The,
I got the 3-pack Cato 53 footers. I like those a lot. They're nice and heavy.
they're nice.
Yeah,
They're
they're
nice.
detailed enough. I don't have to have that super details on stuff like that. No, I don't have any Intermountains. Intermountains are really detailed though, but they're light, plastic. I want a plastic. Well cars I don't think do good when they're plastics. I know you can weigh down the containers. Yeah. I get that. I like to run them empty sometimes. And they're popping off the track every time you turn around because they're too light. I don't know. Maybe it's my track work. I don't know.
Yeah, Rick. I understand that, but there is a problem with that engine. I had a problem with it from day one, and that's without even pushing in the functions. The lights will start work. One of the ditch lights will start working, and there is a problem with it. But nobody came. No one. I bought that one in 2018. I think it was. I bought it. 2017, 2018, something about that time was when I bought it, and no one came back. The best the best locomotives I had, the best engines that I ever had, was the AC 4400s that Cato came out with.
Yeah.
Um, Someone helped themselves to those engines, but they were the best pulling engines I ever had. And that was in DC.
Those Catos.
Yeah.
Cato engines. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that one unit I
I
showed
can,
you the other day that I painted, that's a Cato GP35. Those are the first two I've ever had in Cato, and so far I like them.
I had a rack of 100 old-fashioned lead cars pulling up grades and whatnot at the club layout, and I had two of the units together because I bought them as pairs, so I wanted to run them as pairs.
Yeah.
I say it would have been about 3 big bags of sugar that you buy in the supermarket. I don't know what that'll be in pounds. That would be about 6 kilos.
They're usually 4 to
10
5
kilos,
pounds.
which is, pardon?
They're about, depending on who you buy it from, what company, they're usually about 4 to 5 pounds. The bags of sugar you're talking about, like white sugar?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 or 5
Yeah.
pounds.
Of the sugar. 4 or 5
Depending who you
pounds,
buy
so
from.
that's 5, 10, say up to about 14 pounds of weight and putting it up and down grades. And they
Yeah.
pulled it without any issues.
Oh, that's a
They were the
lot.
best engines I ever had. The other engines that I don't have too much problem with, I know there's been few people here that been bagging them. Bachmann engines,
Hmm.
the Bachmann diesels.
I got a couple Bachmans. A couple
I take them
F7s,
to the
GP9.
train shows on an exhibition, and I can have them running
Hey,
all
Martin.
day. They're hardy engines. You can't kill them. Well, you
Yeah.
can, but you can't.
You
If
talking
you
about
know
the
what
old
I mean.
blue box? No, that's Athens. Yeah. No, Bachman. Yeah, I had a couple that were DCC
The old
ready,
Spectrum range.
F7s. Huh?
Yeah. The old Spectrum
Yeah.
range. Even the new ones, they're not bad either.
Yeah.
They're reliable. We have them working 3 days solid, pulling trains non-stop at train shows. I mean, you can't beat that.
Well, my CR&E GP9 is a Bachman, or GP7 is a Bachman, and it's not the best puller, but it does okay. They're newer though. They're not old. They're not like Spectrums. They're newer stuff. And then the F7s are the same way. They're newer, and they were both. Well, GP7 came with DCC, no sound. The GP7s were DCC ready, so I just put Digitrax decoders in those two. 100 Bachman, geez.
I've got a lot of lifelike models here too, and I found them pretty good as well.
Martin, I do have a little programmer. I still learning it though. I have not messed with it too much. I started messing around with it a little bit before I tore the old layout down. Then it got packed away with everything else, and I haven't really pulled it back out yet. Why do you ask? Because like I said, I keep talking about how I like the sound better for like the tsunamis and that. In all fairness, I haven't played around with a lot of the CVs with the little programmer or anything like that on these ESU units. So I should state that I could probably do a little better with the sounds if I was to play around with them. Download some sound files.
Yeah, get some sleep. Well, you got to get up. You're a kept man. You got to keep your wife happy. Go to bed. Yeah, right.
Well, thanks
good
for hanging in there with us. What time is it over by you?
Yeah. He only lives on the other side of the hill. He's not far from me.
Yeah, what time is it over there, Artie?
It's only 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, wow.
I will have to go to bed in another hour, within the next hour anyway.
Yeah.
I normally come home this time of the night anyway.
Yeah, Randall. I want to get is it 284 or 482? What is it? The Berkshires. That nickel plate 765.
284s.
284s. Yeah.
284s? Yeah, 284s they are. Oh, the nickel plate one, or do you want the C&O one?
Well, either one. I've ridden on the nickel plate one. But C&O would be fine.
Okay. Yeah, they're 284s.
Hey, Steve Childers, how are you? The Bachman does a pretty good job with that. My buddy Justin Gooseland, he has one, and it runs pretty good. He had a little issue with the bars. What do you call them? They were all kind of goofed up, so he sent it back to Bachman. I think for like $40, $50, they repaired it, sent it back to it. He didn't buy it new from them; he bought it secondhand. And so for like $50, they repaired it, sent it back. It runs great, man. I got a video of it running on my old layout here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rods. That's what I was trying to think of the word. They bind up every once in a while, so it's like we had to take it apart, put it back together. So they fixed that for him. It runs good.
Yeah. And there's a trick to them as well. Because remember, when I was building my first steam engine and my other switcher, there's a trick to them.
Oh yeah.
Where you have them, we have the rods. I think it's 90 degrees from each other, something like that. It was. Otherwise, you can't have them in the same direction because they'll just lock up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I've got to rebuild my little steam engine I've got here. I've got to try to find a small decoder to put in its place. Yeah. I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to get another drink. You going to be on much longer, Dave?
I don't know. Probably not too much longer. I got some things I want to get done. I'm going to weather this damn bridge today. I keep working on that.
Oh, do you? Well, I'm just going to get a top up. That's all.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll be back in a minute.
Rick, no, I haven't been to Bellevue. It's on the list of places to go, though.
Hey, Anthony. How are you?
Oh, hey, Anthony. How's it going, buddy?
Back in a minute. Just going to get a top up.
Okay. Let's see. No, but when they have that Steam in the Valley here in Cleveland on the Cuyahoga Valley line, I've ridden it twice. Rail fanned it once or twice. It's a nice It's really nice what they did with that. I think it's actually the Fort Wayne Historical Society that runs that. I could be wrong, but it's nice. That's kind of why I wanted to get that one in particular because I've been on it and it does run here, as an excursion. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, and that's what this is. I don't own any MTH models. Um, I have a couple Broadway Limiteds, an EC6000 and an ES44. They both have smoke units, and they're heavy. They're good pullers, but they're just okay. Don't love them, don't hate them. Take them or leave them. I think we all kind of get our favorite models. I mean, I think Scale Trains is really probably my favorite overall. They've really run up the ranks pretty quick as far as models go for HO scale. I think they're kind of hitting the N scale market pretty good too. And then I have to say Athearn's right there with them. I guess some Atlas units are decent for like older stuff. And then what else I got? I'm trying to see my boxes over there. Some of the Athearn older stuff, like the ready to roll stuff, isn't too bad. I've done decoders. Yeah, Rick, I don't know if you were in here earlier. I got this for my daughter for Christmas. Let me put this down. This is just one of those, like I said, most of my stuff is Walthers, and I just always liked this house. I have some of the like ranch style houses and that, but I want to do like a little cul-de-sac or something with some of these houses. I was actually thinking about, so I turn this right way, right back past the bridges, doing some kind of little development. I was either going to do like a farm there or a trailer park or maybe a small housing development. I don't know. I don't know if there's enough room. I'll have to lay some stuff out and see. And then I don't know if you were here earlier. That wasn't what I showed earlier, but I showed these silos. Did you see these? When I was going to do the candy factory. There were the pink silos. Oh, okay, you saw that, yeah. I have. I'm going to use all the stuff I had on the old layout probably. I'll put a mine. I'm not going to use the New River mine. I'm not going to have a mine on the layout. So I have. Trying to think what I have still in kits. The gas station, the modern gas station. I kind of wish I would have bought the travel center. Yeah, it does kind of look like that. It's way more detailed, but it does have that look to it, that split level. I think Lifelike had some like this too. It was Lifelike. They had the lighted buildings at that one time, or houses with lights, had the light inside. In fact, I think my farmhouse is one of those, and then that one greenhouse, the green colored house I had there next to the Crooked River co-op was one of those I painted differently. Yeah, I wish I would have bought the travel center instead of just the gas station. Hey, Jim. Nice to see you in, bud. It's because I want to do a truck stop. So I think the travel center would have been better because it has the fuel pumps for cars and it has the fuel pumps for semis too. So I might actually sell that and maybe use the money from that to buy the other one. I don't know. We'll see. Because I think I'm going to put that. Hang on, I'm going to spin you around. There. Where all that junk's at. It's nice and deep. On this wall, I'm going to have a fake wall for the second level to come out and attach to the back and on the side. And then I'm not going to run any tracks back in the hole there. So I might just do a truck stop there, because it's a lot of room. Or I might do like something that's not rail served industry, I haven't decided yet. Hate to not rail serve stuff because that's what we do, but it's part of the railroad, but I don't know. We'll see. And yeah, Jim's like, I have one BLI, I'll never buy another one. Yeah, definitely look better. Instructions, the more you build Walther's kits, I think the more you just kind of get used to their crappy instructions. To be honest, they're not the best. I agree with you. Martin says all his Broadway limiters are broke. Well, my AC 6000 I had to send back to Broadway Limited. They had to put a new board in it. The other one is okay, the ES44, but when I just because I'll let them run down here, man. I mean, there's nothing for me to let a train run for an hour, 2 hours, or whatever. If I'm down here and it's running and ain't derailing, it's going to keep running. Yeah, how that is. I mean, you'll run the damn train for an hour, no issues. Come back down a couple hours later, and it does nothing but derail. So sorry about that. Did I lose you?
Yeah.
I just took you off the screen. That's all. But so I don't know about the Broadway Limiteds. I don't think I'll buy any more. They're okay. There's too many other good manufacturers out there that I haven't had issues with. That I don't know.
I've got a few Broadway limited engines. They also had a blue box version. And it was an AC 6000. I weathered it. I also ended up repainting the bottom of it because both Broadway Limited and Barkman have used the wrong color for the underneath. It's actually silver bottom. It's actually platinum silver, same color as Amtrak for the bogie frames and fuel tanks and whatnot. And I actually repainted the bottom of it. And I put it back in, weathered it all nicely, put it on my test track, and it started smoking. I sent it back to them. They replaced it and sent it back to me free of charge. I ended up having one of their steam units fail on me, or one of those synchronized steaming engines. But it was also deforming the plastic on it. I was setting that back, and they just sent me a brand new engine in replace of it, and I haven't had any issues with it since. The last engine I bought from them is their big boy. I ran it a little bit, and she's packed away for the time being. There's a lot of detail on it, and that's coming out once I finish mucking around on the layout. Like get all the dirty scenery stuff and that done on it. I need
Rick,
to get.
Rick, let me know if that link works. It's for those throttle holders.
I need to get myself some of them too.
And then Jim Tedesco, he made me some as well. They're different style. What are these? There's these ones here. Let me get you over there. I don't know if I can get you over there, but they're these ones.
Well, folks, looks like our mate David forgot to pay his internet bill again, and he's cut out. While he sorts out his payment, I'm here to entertain you. So let me show you what I'm doing for the time being. You got to make sure you pay the bill on time, otherwise they just pull the plug out on you. And so what I'm working on is I bought the Athen breakdown kit. It's Pennsylvania Railroad, I know. But what I'm doing is it's an old steam one, and I'm converting it into diesel. I cut the back out of it, and hopefully this weekend I'm going to do a bit more on it and convert it over to a diesel engine. Oh, you pay your internet bill?
I paid it. It was a quick bill. Wait a minute. That's the ones that Jim Tedesco made me, Rick. Those are 3D printed. They're nice. Hook up with him if you want him to make some of those. These ones you're asking me about are, sorry, I know I'm making you sick. Those are actually metal. And they sit there like kind of a cradle. Nice and easy to pop the controller right off of that, you know. Now it's only going to hold that style of like the power cab style. That one won't hold like your cab 6s and that, you know. So just a heads up there. And I also have cup holders. I just haven't installed them yet. If you remember on the old layout, I don't have any on here yet. I have a bunch of like those fold down cup holders. I don't even know where the hell I have them at. But I got all that stuff off. That stuff I got all off eBay, except for the stuff from Jim. Yeah, Jim does a good job with them, and the ones he sent me originally were a little tight. I could have shaved them down some, but he made them a little bit wider. We readjusted the dimensions on them, and they were perfect. They're tight enough, but they're not too snug that you can't get them out easily. And they just drop right in, you know, and it's nice. It's very nice. So Tedesco makes them. Does that link work? Let me check that link I put in there for eBay. I don't know if it does or not. It might not. Let me see if I. See, I can maybe do it this way. I don't know. Might be the same link. I'll just copy it this way. For some reason, I don't know if that's going to work. It looked like a pretty long link.
Yeah, no, it came up.
Does it work?
Here. Yeah.
All right. That should be the same link. I just posted it again. Yeah.
Oh, well, I won't be buying from him. He goes, they may not ship to Australia. Okay. All right.
Yeah, but that's you could look for those, you know what I mean? You might be able to find them on your Australian sites too, you know, because you guys got like your own deal over there. Because you'll send me links to stuff that you want me to look at, and it's from over there, and it's, you know, not that I can't get it over here, but I have to go look for it on my American eBay. I don't know if it's different or not.
Well, I think where I'll get my electronic bits is from China. They'll ship all over the world, and they're usually pretty reliable. I actually ordered some lights from them. It should be here next week, I think. Right, and cool. I've got some micro LEDs coming in from them too, which I'm going to put in the roundhouse. Because I sent a pack. I did have a couple of packs here. I sent one pack over to Jason, because he's doing my orange engine and me orange Alco. I got in to put the little night lights on the side for me. But I don't know where the other little packs gone. They're somewhere in this room, and I just cannot find them.
Yeah, Rick, they're nice. They're nice and metal. He actually raised his price a couple of dollars. It's still not a bad price, 10 a piece. I got them for 8 a piece when I first bought them. I wish I'd have bought more of them. But with Jim, I got plenty with Jim's. Once Jim got me now, so I have 1, 2, 3. I think I got 4 of the metal ones around here, and I got 4 or 5 of the plastic ones. I just put them around like where the yards are going to be, so you can set your controllers. And you know, wherever I have the plugins, I have those little controller holders. I'll probably put 1 or 2 everywhere. If I got them, I'll use them. You know. John.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to.
What's too high price? Oh, Subway. Yeah, Rick said his wife went to Subway. They're not even taking their own coupons anymore because of rising costs. How crazy is that? That's crazy, man. And John, then you're asking me about going to Paynesville.
Those coupons are already paid for.
What's that?
I said those coupons are already, what you call it, accounted for.
Yeah.
They already got
You think
payment for
so?
those. That's how that system works. So it's already going to get paid for. I don't know.
I think these companies are using any excuse they can. Yeah, I use the metal KDs too.
Yeah.
No reason to buy plastic couplers anymore. I replace anything plastic with KDs.
That's one thing that annoys me about these train models that we buy in trains from. You're paying such a big price on the engine and rolling stock, and he puts plastic couplings on them, and they're useless.
Yeah.
When you get them, you got to pull them out and put proper ones in there.
I mean, it is all about greed.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. That's all it is. It's greed. That's all it is. And that's why the world economy is, and there's so much homelessness is around. I mean, don't get me started on that. It's all to go with greed.
Yeah.
It's all to go with greed.
Oh, well, a good time, man. Brian, enjoy the water park.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I'm going to have to think
fun.
about going a bit off the roses here, yeah. I got some material a while back. We got these they're sort of like you can use them as clips and screw clips and whatnot that I bought from the hardware store up here, our Bunnings. That's like your Home Depot. And hey, Dave, how are you? Nice to see you. Another Dave here. And I'm gonna, yeah.
Dave's and John's, I swear.
Here you go, walkabouts. Yeah, there's and I'm gonna try to make
heck yeah, man, might as well.
Control a holder out of that. Or even I was looking at some of the rain gutters that we got, like plastic rail gutterings. Use them and modify them as a holder for the controllers.
I've seen people do a lot of different things for holders. Cut down like even milk cartons or plastic milk jugs, the quart or the half gallon or quart size ones. We cut those down. Seen a bunch of different things, but for the price, to me, I mean, even at $10 a pop, these are nice and metal. Jim, he gave, I don't know if I'm special or not, Jim, but Jim gave me a really nice price on the ones that he made for me. I'm sure he ain't gonna rob anybody. Jim's very, very reasonable. Anything he's made for me is either has always been more than generous.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So he just knows if you think there's something you want, check with me. If I can make it, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
So assuming he'd do the right, I'm assuming he would do that for any of you guys. Give it a go and.
When I went up to my NCE dealer up in Sydney to get a few bits and pieces, he was selling the NCE holders as 2 in a pack, I think it was. Yeah, there's 2 in a pack, and he wanted $45 for them.
For holders?
For the holders. I went up to Bunnings up here and had a look at those. Because it just came to me because I looked at with the landlord, he's got some plumbing stuff or whatnot, even the plumbers. They got these adapters for the downpipes.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a look at that. They're like $5 at the hardware store. All I've got to do is just cut the outsides on it, and
Yeah.
I've got an open holder for $5 and a bit of hacksawing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, there's ways to do it.
Oh yeah,
DIY hacks, for sure.
yeah. Because
Um,
I wanted to rebuild one of my Alco engines, Australian Alco engines, and I want to put DCC decoder, the Soundtrax decoder in it, the new Tsunami 2s,
yeah.
and a couple other little projects I've got want to do in here, especially my E8 and E9 units. Only you fell over $230 for the decoder, the sound decoder, and that's without the keep alive and without the speaker. So I thought, no. Okay, I'll get my warranty repairs done, like with some of the components that I know they'll probably fail. I'll get that from him, but it's not really going to get too much work from me anymore. Just way too overpriced.
John, you're talking about this hobo day at the Painesville Railroad Museum? Is that what you're talking about? Auto Train Flea Market, Saturday, 10 to 3. That's the thing. I would love to get a table because I have some stuff I want to sell, but to sell it and have to ship it is a real pain in the ass. Let's be just being flat out honest. And then you got to list it all. And I have enough stuff I could probably get myself a table at one of these shows and, get rid of most of it in a day or two on the show, And what I don't sell there, I can always list. But how do you have people pay? Like, if you don't do just cash, like I don't have like a credit card machine or anything. People use credit cards. I guess I could have them PayPal me or Venmo me or one of those kind of things. But not everybody does that stuff. So it'd have to be like cash only or, like I said, PayPal or something at the show or whatever. So,
Yeah, cash is good.
cash
Well,
is
there
king.
isn't. I don't know if you guys got a system over there where you can use your phone to pay your bills with. You tap two phones together and you can pay each other off like that.
I think there is something like that, but I don't know if my phone is set up for that because I have to figure out how to do that. I've never done it.
Yeah, because I don't like doing banking on my phone to start off with. But
off the rails. That's funny, man.
Hey,
yeah. Those old blue box and roundhouse and stuff. They do sound pretty loud. That's like they're ready to roll. It's probably one of the first models out past the blue box era, and it had the old clips and stuff on the motor that went to the lights and everything. And they're loud, man. There's not much you could do to what do you call it? Quiet those down that I know of. All right, so what do you do, John? Is it just cash? Do you do, or do you do like PayPal or Venmo or anything? Or I don't know. Well, my wife's cousin cuts hair. She cuts my hair and everything, and she has one of those little cube things you can put on your phone. You swipe credit cards and stuff. But I don't know if you have to pay for that or I'd have to buy one. I don't know how that all works.
a lot of that you have to buy. Cash is the best way to go.
Well, I agree, but I'm just saying that if you want to make sure you sell your stuff, it's nice to have different options. I usually bring cash with me when I go to these shows. Number one, it keeps me from spending too much because I limit myself. When the cash is gone, I'm done. If I have my credit card, then I can just keep kind of going. But I think, John, the tables are only like $10 there at that flea market. I don't know when I have to buy it by. It's Saturday, so I probably should call them today if I wanted to do that.
I remember I went to one train show in Sydney. I went to one train show in Sydney we had in Liverpool, and that's a while ago. I think I spent something like about $5,000 on that one day.
Oh, Jesus God! My wife would skin me. Are you out of your mind? There ain't no way. John, go ahead. I sent my email there. I'm going to put it in the link here if you want to send me an email. we kind of chat about that off of this. Maybe I could
Actually,
have
well,
put it
yeah,
up.
It was
All right.
about $5,000 I spent that weekend or that day, one day. I bought a fair bit of rolling stock and engines and whatnot, but it was if I don't get them, then I'm never going to get them, sort of thing, you know. So, I got a pair of those 82 classes, those blue ones that you've seen. That looks like a dog
Mm-hmm.
bone. Some passenger sets, engines. I ended up selling some of them when that's before I was involved with that person that I brought out from the States. But yeah, I ended up spending quite a deal of money on that one particular show. But I did buy a lot of engines, a lot of rolling stock. That's right. I bought a whole heap of coal wagons. But as I said, if I didn't get them then, I'll never be able to get them again. Because a lot of these stray models here, once they buy it, they don't part with them until they cool over, so to speak.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, next shipment is going to be the next lot of trains I've got on order. They've already cost me close to $3,000, but that's
Wow.
3 sets, about $1,000 a set. And they're Australian, so they're another lot. See, Joe, that's
All
another
right,
one of
Joe.
those. That's another
Have a
one of
good
those
day,
things. If
bud.
I don't get it now, who knows when they're going to come off. When was it? 2020. Actually, I spent a lot of money on trains that year. I spent about $8,000 on trains that year.
Last
They're
sausage
sitting.
sizzle I helped out with a 60% turnover through the tap and go dongle. The app associated cache is disappearing. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If I do have a table, because I was thinking about, there's some train shows will be coming up in the fall. I thought maybe picking up a table. Just like I said, just get a bunch of the stuff I want to get rid of, put it there, try to sell what I can. And then you're not dealing with shipping costs and guys think then you can wheel and deal a little bit, hey, if you buy more than a couple of these, I'll sell them for this amount. Buy one, it's this, it's just easier. Just so much easier. Then you get the looky loos, on Facebook Market and all those different things where they'll get you in there a conversation this long and then never mind. And it's like so you wasted a half an hour dicking around with them, or a day, 2 days getting back and forth. Then they get the guys, hey, can you hold this till payday? I ain't holding nothing. I can't hold it, man. If you're a friend of mine, I know you, or you bought something from me before and I trust you, then, I may hold it a couple of days for you or something like that. But just some Joe Schmo I never met before and they wanted you to hold stuff for them. And I mean, no offense, but I'm trying to sell this. So I ain't looking to hold it. I'm looking to sell it.
Mm.
Or I'll make you pay me part. And if you want to give me half now and half when you get paid or something, then it's on you. Then you got to trust
Yeah.
me. You got to trust me
It's
enough
like
to do that.
put a down payment on it at least.
I mean, you're asking me to trust you. I don't know you, so what's you know. Yeah, well, Anthony, and that's true. I try to do the same, unless it's something like sometimes
Yeah.
they don't really put, hey, email me if you're interested, or whatever, and then we'll talk price. So or this is the price I'm asking, but you know, message me and we could talk it over. At that point, we'll hash it out a little bit. So sometimes I'll say, oh no, never mind, because I'm trying to
There
get
you
you
go.
to wheel and deal a little bit. Hey, John, what's up? I was just talking about you earlier. Just about being one of the guys down in Florida. If I ever moved to Florida, I got my buddy Jim, I got you, Nisi's down there, Robert Sacco, Tom's Trains, Jazzco, a bunch of guys down there, man. So Your name came
And
up.
fishing's
Sorry,
good
man.
down there too.
Yeah,
Fishing is very good,
good seafood down there.
especially in
Flying
Sarasota.
fishing.
Sarasota is the only place
I love
where
Sarasota, man.
I caught the same fish 3 times. The same fish 3 times I caught him. When I told him I'm going to throw him into the road, the fourth, if he comes back on the hook, he didn't come back on the end of my line. Don't get that here.
Yeah,
It's unheard of.
it's
Same fish 3 times. What they call it? Jim will probably know what they call them. I think they call them the slime fish or the golly fish. When you hook them up, they just leave all this slime up on the line. You don't worry about picking it. You just cut the line and throw them in the water.
I have no idea.
I think they Rick. No, seriously, no. I think they call it the slime fish or something.
Slime?
The slime fish or the golly fish. Yeah, because what
Yeah,
they do,
I'm not a big
they
fish fan.
like, yeah, they leave a slime on the line when you hook them up, and there's a guy that saw me catch it. He said, "Just cut the line off, throw it away, and put a new hook on." So I
Oh,
cut
cool,
him
John.
loose, throw him into the water. I got
John, do you have any idea what he's talking about? As far as the fish.
Don't know what they call it. I think it's a slime or golly fish, something like that they call it. I know there's a few of them around between Tampa and Sarasota because
Okay.
that's where I caught them. I caught them a few times.
Ken Amos, how are you? Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, kid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
I can't help it, man. I have no idea. No idea, man.
It's a real paley looking one. It's
I
almost
like
like
eating them. I like eating fish.
hagfish. That's it.
East Coast, so
That's it, Dave.
might
It's
be
a
a dolphin.
hagfish. That sounds right. Yeah, a hagfish. Yeah, that's
I
it.
thought that's what you called your ex.
Well, yeah, that too, but she's up around Clearwater way, I think. I'm not too sure. Yeah, it's a hagfish. The only reason I knew I caught the same fish 3 times because I cut the line 3 times off the bastard.
Was the line still hooked to him?
The
You
line
recaught
was
him?
still hooked to him. You thought he would have learned the 3rd time. Oh,
I mean, you got the hint
yeah,
after the third time. You got tired of getting hooks caught in him.
I think he understood I was going to throw him in the middle of because we were fishing off the bridge.
Yeah.
You know, threatening him, if he comes on again, I'm going to throw him on the roadway.
Oh, yeah. You guys ain't right.
Yeah, I lived with a couple, but we'll not go there. Yeah, the worst one actually. She took the shirt off my back, pretty much. Yeah.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, Scott. There's a guy I haven't seen much on lately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he pops in and out.
Oh yeah, 2:00 in the morning.
I've seen him around.
Yeah, so I was starting to cut this crane up on Tuesday, and that's when I started getting problems in my kidney area. Start filing it, and I'm just getting this jab, and it's like someone's jabbing me in the back, and it just got worse and worse. I just couldn't hold anything. I said, "No, that's it. I'll better go in and get this looked at."
Yeah.
And that was a waste of time. I should have just stayed home and taken a whole heap of painkillers. But since we had this new government take over, things have gone downhill. And mind you, a lot of people over here too are gone I'm going a bit silly, but when I pulled the pin from over there, just as I'm walking out, one person was having an epileptic fit and another person was gasping for air. And this is out in the waiting room. Well, Rick, if your wife buys you train, she's a keeper.
Oh man, that's disgusting. This hagfish. I'm looking at it now. Look like a damn snake almost.
Yeah. And the slime that leaves on the line, it's not worth. It's not worth handling. As this guy said, you just don't want to handle it. Just cut the line.
That's disgusting as all get out. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
No. Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, that's the bugger.
That's disgusting, man. Don't blame me for cutting the line on that thing. Yeah, Rick, it's good. If she buys a train, she can't complain about that. Oh, that's gross, man.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
Yep. Scott, that's called a hagfish. I'm just glad. Yeah. I'm just lucky. I'm not a big seafood eater. I like catching them, but I'm picking on which ones I'll eat. No, neither am I off the rails. No, I'll send him back. They're down Jim Tedesco's way. Yep.
There's a less slimy picture, but it's still gross. Look at the mouth and shit on that thing. That's gross.
Oh, that's
I don't like it.
Yep.
I don't like it.
Nope.
I don't know if they're poisonous or not. I didn't read about them. I'm just trying to find some images. That's nasty looking.
No.
That looks almost kind of like more in the eel family or something, even, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's weird looking.
Yeah. No.
I don't like it. No,
Nope.
I don't like it.
Neither did I.
I'm sure somebody is a delicacy somewhere, probably Japan or somewhere.
Oh, I know even Japanese won't eat that. The Chinese will.
Chinese, yeah, maybe somebody.
The Chinese will.
Hey, Martin, it does look like a vacuum hose. It looks disgusting. Probably use it for bait. Yeah, that ain't a bad idea,
John. He was saying. Yes, for bait. I wouldn't even.
That's what I thought Artie was going with that. I thought Artie was going there, but Rick, you went there instead, man.
Well, she looked like that. If she looked like that, you would toss her back in the water. Rick.
I don't know. Maybe that comment earlier that I had to block. Maybe that was a hagfish. Maybe they sold stuff like that, man.
Could have been.
Yeah, I think I made the big time, and I finally got one to come into my actual live chat.
Oh yeah.
I just came from watching
trains,
and I see this giant worm. What's going on? Hey, Lynn.
Hey, Lynn. Giant worm. No, that was a fish.
That's Artie's new girlfriend. Artie's new girlfriend.
Oh no, that's not my girlfriend. No way. I left that one back where she came from. That one. Yeah. That's down Jim Tedesco's way.
Down there in Florida.
Sorry, Jim. Hey, Lynn, you changed your icon.
Jim did?
Yeah.
Oh, Jim's got the same picture up there.
The same picture. I think he's got a Lynn McCurdy.
Oh yeah, Lynn maybe.
Lynn, yeah. He's got a new picture there. Okay. Mm.
I say, Jim got his same old
Jim's
mug
the
shot up
same.
there. You got the mug
Yeah,
shot up there, man.
yeah, yeah. I wonder which police station that was taken in.
Probably the same one he picked up the hagfish at.
It's possible. It's possible. It's very possible. Hey, Ken.
Fishing train chat.
We're
It could be a new,
bad.
be a new morning
Anyway,
show.
I think I better hit the sack because I do need to wake up. What time's your show, Jim? What time's Jim's show in the morning? Well, night
It
time,
is
sorry.
6 p.m. here.
6, that's 8. So I better get
And
some
then
sleep
I
so I'll get
think
up to it.
8 o'clock is they make it like that. It's one of the Canadian guys. 8 o'clock.
Yeah, well, 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock your time is 8 o'clock my time. So in the
8
morning,
a.m.
of course.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Because last week I couldn't respond to the chat because was it last week? No, last week I was
Yeah.
too out of it. The
Yeah, you
morning
just
when I
had
was
your
in hospital, I couldn't comment.
you just had your surgery. Well, the week
Yeah,
before that, you were in the hospital and you were on the show. Well,
yeah,
on my show. Yeah, I don't know
yeah.
about Jim's.
Well, I was at Jim's show, but I couldn't comment on it because when I tried to get into the comments section, it just wouldn't come up. So, um, yeah, I am. I am, Kevin. Yes, I am. And you're not Kevin off the rolls. Yeah, yeah. You're in Perth. That's right. You're on the other side of the world. Um, off the rails. He's over in Perth, West Australia, on the west
Oh.
coast.
So are you on the East Coast?
I'm on the east coast. Off the rails. He's on the west coast. If I don't get my old job back, that's what I'll be. I won't be on YouTube as much because I'll be going to be doing east-west running again, going from Sydney to Perth and from Perth back to here again.
Yeah. Wait, truck driving?
Yeah, yeah. I've got to get the bank balance up again.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, because I've lost too much money in this last 2 years, just been a workers' comp. I need to get my bank balance back up. Because if me plan A to move over the US doesn't happen, my plan B is to buy a house out in the middle of Australia and stay put there basically. Um, because there's cheap property out that way too. So be a bit further away from civilization, but hey, I don't care. I'm not. This area is just becoming too cityite, too much of a city now. So it's too much like Sydney.
Yeah.
I'll sort something out soon. Anyway, thanks for having me on, Dave.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Good
Always
night,
fun
everyone.
to talk with you.
Yeah.
Take it
Let's
easy.
see if I can do some more on this crane tomorrow. I am going to
Yeah.
paint the carriage to go with it. That's the car that goes with it. I'm going to undercoat that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Um, hopefully it stops raining enough so I can put the undercoat over it and have it ready for Sunday. All right, Rick. See you, mate. See you, Jim. And I'll talk to you
Yeah.
guys over the next couple of days. And I better get up for
Okay.
Jim's show. All right. Bye.
All right. Take care, man.
You too.
Yeah. Well, cool. It's always fun to chat with Artie. Let's see, Akron. Yeah. Akron. Akron's had its ups and downs, man, for sure. Yeah, I used to drive truck too, John. Up until 2012 when I went back to school to be a nurse. Don't miss it. I missed it. Good morning. Yeah, I don't really miss it at all. I miss the traffic and stuff. Especially running around town. I was local, home every night kind of deal. But I don't know, guys. It's almost noon. Shit, I probably should get rolling myself. Man, I've been on for almost 3.5 hours. Wow. I felt like it kind of started out slow. I wasn't feeling it at first, and then, you know, it's crazy how all of a sudden you just start finding things to talk about. Oh, all right. Sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, crazy. You never know what life's gonna bring, man. Yeah. That's what I mean. We have fun on this show. I think we have fun. I have fun doing it. I don't know. Seems like the guys that pop in have a good time with it, and whether I have somebody up like Artie or whoever wants. I mean, any of you guys could come up. I don't care. I usually put the link in at some point. I like to say hello and stuff at first, and then I'll pop it up there. Get the show rolling. I like to say my hellos to whoever's in there in the beginning. But yeah, I just like I said, I just try to keep it training related. As much as possible. I know sometimes we get a little bit off track, but generally it has something to do with the industry, whether it be like we were talking about shipping costs and different stuff like that, you know. So it definitely still somewhat is to do with the industry and itself with trains. Um, it just yeah, he did. He did an 8 hour run the other day, 8 hour show. It's crazy. He was in here for a little bit earlier, off the rails. He's working, you know. A damn work thing gets in the way of our hobby fun. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, I enjoy doing the show. We usually find something interesting to talk about, joking around or whatever. So kind of like a little family. I enjoy it. Ah, my buddy's back over here, the Naked HD Fun. What's a dating site? Yeah, all right. So let's do that. Let's do that. Must have made the big leagues, man. I got these kind of trolls on here now. Yeah. Truck mechanic, now working steel processor. Okay, gotcha. That's so messed up. Didn't share it with Daryl more. Yeah, he's a good guy, that Daryl, man. He he's a, he does some really good modeling and stuff too. His layout, but yeah, I just was able to block it. I don't know if I could report it on here or not, Scott. It didn't give me the option to do that. It just said block or mute, so I blocked it. And they were in here a little earlier too. So I've gotten them in like the comments section before, like after a video's gone up, but I haven't got them in my live chats. And I don't have a moderator on this stream because it's kind of like Artie usually does come in. I probably could have him do it. Randall, you usually come in quite a bit, but it's not usually so out of control that I can't keep an eye on it. You know what I mean? I guess I could hold comments for. I don't know if you could do that on a live stream or not. Hold comments for review and that. I think you can on an actual video, but whatever. It's just funny. I got nothing better to do. I don't even know what they do. They hope to get people to click on the link and then they steal all their information. Is that what they do? I got no idea. They just make it so annoying that people don't want to be in there. Yeah, I forget what it's saying. Can you do that on? Well, I guess you guys are actually watching it on YouTube. I guess I could do subscriber mode only. for my live streams and stuff, maybe, I don't know, or whatever. But sometimes you get people that aren't subscribed, and I guess they could go on and subscribe and comment. I don't know, I'd like to just keep things as public and whatever for this public as possible, but we'll see if it keeps happening, might be a fluke, might not be. Like I said, maybe, I don't know if it has anything to do with being monetized now or not, Like I said, I didn't really have it happen in my live streams in the past, so but maybe I'll look at doing that subscriber mode thing. Uh, Again, believe it or not, I mean, I'm still learning how to do all this stuff. So, but whatever, it is what it is. But yeah, guys, it's noon. I should go cut the grass or do something. I want to get back down here and do some weathering on this bridge. I really want to get these bridges weathered so I can get them back in and back to running trains. But it's taking a long time. So you can do that. I'm not sure how you do that, but Next Crossing started really having issues with bots and had to do that. Okay. I'll look into it. Yeah. Yeah, my wife's taking her lunch break now too, so I'm gonna go up and have some lunch with her. We go outside. Yeah, I've definitely gotten better with it. The more I live stream, the more I go on here. So definitely learning for sure. But guys like Heath are like super high tech and stuff like that, and they're really good with all the technology stuff. Where I'm good enough to muddle my way through it and hopefully keep it enjoyable enough that guys are enjoying it, and I'm not totally messing things up. But I gotten better, like that screen sharing where I brought up the different pictures today. I couldn't do that to save my life, and I just kind of figured that out. So, recently, every time I tried it in the past, I ended up kicking myself out of the stream. So, well, yeah, with that being said, guys, I am going to go have some lunch with my wife and get some things done and hopefully get back to weathering these bridges. Jim, I hope to catch you at 6. See what's happening tonight with Jim Tedesco, Short Line Thursday at 6. And then you got the Sidetrack Sunday, guys, at 8. I believe it is off the rail, not off the rails. They do it like that. I think it was on tonight. Off the Rails is in the channel now. So, yeah, check out Off the Rails, too. And, guys, if you're not subscribed to each other in here, go check out each other's channels, help each other out, support each other. Everybody in here is probably already subscribed to everyone. But, like I said, if you're not, go take a look at least. And if you like what you see on these channels, go ahead and give them a subscription or give them a like, Why not? So, food, I'm coming. Yeah, there you go. John, where are you actually located? You seem to be somewhere near me. You're talking about Painesville and that. Maybe we'll have to get together and hit the rails or something. I might try to make it out there to Painesville this weekend, but I don't know. So, yeah, you guys take care. I did put my email in there, John. There's 3 R's. It's Crooked River Railroad at Gmail. Up here up in Toledo. Okay. Are you coming down to Painesville for that or no? Either way. I will catch you guys later. See any other chats. Artie usually does this Saturday thing. I think because of the rain, he did say earlier that he will be doing this Saturday night thing. I'm not sure though. So trying to find you all. You can't hide from his sub off the rail side. So back to the grandstone. 1, 2 depends on money. Okay. Maybe I'll see you out there. I haven't decided. I see what the wife has planned for the weekend. You know how that goes. We'll see. All right, all. You guys have a great day or evening, nighttime. Get some sleep, do whatever. we'll talk to you next time. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.